Hi, I think ads ended a bit ago, but I got jolted back to reality by RFG. So hi. Yeah, I was definitely supposed to unmute sooner. Or I definitely should have unmuted sooner. It's fine. I'm running late anyway, as you can tell, but it means I get to start stream closer to 420 on 420. So that's kind of nifty. Yeah, let's get started since I'm already running a teensy bit late. That's what this song sounds like. You've never heard this before? This is like my favorite classic Guilty Gear theme. Every time I play Strive with you, I need to put this song on then. That's the takeaway. It's very loud. I'm gonna turn it off now. We might use that for next outbreak because it's a 3-minute song. My neck is broken because I stood up, so I'm gonna go reset this real quick. Alright, where were we? I think we were right outside Stark Mountain. April 17, Friday. Started from Pokemon League, arrived in resort area, used surf at resort area. Nugget was obtained, used surf at resort area. Dana, Route 229. That's the one that's basically Diana from Trash Wishmaker. A lot of the logs are just Pokemon League stuff. And this was done from the previous Monday, which I don't think we've seen so far. Started from Pokemon League, you surfed Pokemon League, beat Elite Four Lucy, and did lots of shopping at a Pokemart. Used a PC box, Gabite was caught evening, found Alec and Route 222. This was catching the Rotom, so I think we're caught up now. The only way you'll play Strive again is if you become good at fighting games. Clearly, you just need to play fighters. Wow, we're being drowned in ash right now. Good start. But hi Peter, hi Serena, hope you're both doing okay. Hi, I guess we're just going straight into it, huh? Me being very smart, I didn't even look up a map of the next area. I've got the urge to battle with you, I hope you're willing to oblige. To be fair, Serena just bought the game, and looking at her input reading in training mode, she is a masher, so you might want to play against Serena. She almost got to level 8 with Elfelt, so she was doing okay. Level 8 extreme, but again, she was also like button mashing. It was driving me slightly insane because I don't want a backseat. Someone who literally just bought the game. I guess, like, at some point I want to sit down. I also was just feeling out of it when Serena was doing that. But, like, at some point maybe, if she's down, I can give her, like, direct feedback. But yeah, people are liking 2.0 without giving away too much, given that I'm probably gonna stream it at some point soon. The schedule for the week is completely up in the air. Again, I keep having to push back my Guilty Gear plans, so we might do it this week. We might double up if we finish this. I should have paid attention to my urge. Please do not tell me about that, good sir. I do not need to know. But yeah, if we finish Platinum tonight, I might double up Guilty Gear for the rest of the week to get through X, X+, X2, Double X, Accent Core. We're going strong together in nature and in the concrete jungle. We make everywhere we go our playground. Oh, hi, Felicia. Insert obvious joke here. Actually, you can make a lot of jokes about Felicia. It's almost like every Catgirl media has some... There's, like, a high chance if there's a Catgirl in media that she's gonna be named Felicia. Speaking of which, on the flip side of people not being happy with updates, because again, apparently Testament's kind of screwed up. Like, the ideas that they implemented are not actually that good in practice, so people think Testament just needs more of a rework. and hope that it happens sooner rather than later. But there should be another update in May. But beyond that, it feels like most people are relatively happy with the changes. Like on a system level, people are happy with the changes. The removal of Wild Assault. Let's see. Just the reworks to like PRC, meaning like whiffs are more punishable. Therefore, you actually have to like you have to take more guesses in order to get anywhere, because the way the current update works is basically damage across the board was nerfed on like every character. You're really tough, aren't you? The problem with Strive getting such power creep was the amount of guesses you have to make was getting increasingly small with certain characters. Like, you just guess once on a 50-50, oh hi. Oh, for this and Yuna, it's been a while. You've grown so tough that you're training out here now. Everyone keeps getting tougher and tougher, and doing that, they develop closer bonds with their Pokémon. That's my master, those are words of wisdom. What? Are you still having trouble understanding? I don't for a second ever recall accepting you as an apprentice. I mean, if it's wrestling moves, I can show you all you like, but... Ah, master, don't be that way. You've got to get me into that club in the survival area. How'd I get involved in this? So anyway, Yuna, you're going to Stark Mountain. Even the wild Pokemon there are very, very tough. If your Pokemon aren't well trained, they'll have a miserable time. And again, that kind of challenge is an exciting prospect. But no matter what, you better be fully prepared. I've got to get ready for another tournament. Farewell. You know, I think I got a little tougher again. That's why I'm off to the Battle Frontier so I can make some challenges. Master, wait for me! Oh my god, he just will not take no for an answer. Hello. Oh dear, are you Pokemon feeling tired? You should rest up. Yes, good idea. Rest up here. Yes, that's right. Get some well-earned rest. Oh, you're still looking tired. You still need rest, are you? You should rest up again. Yes, good idea. Rest up here. Is that right? You're sure now? I'm only concerned for your sake. No need to worry about putting me out. Yeah, so you can just rest infinitely there. Which, I mean, to be fair, I'm mildly called out by this. Oh, hi. Yo, if it isn't Yuna, out training right away, aren't you? So, since you're training anyway, can you do me a favor? I'd like you to patrol Stark Mountain for me. Up past here, there's this volcano, it's Stark Mountain. Deep inside it is this special rock called the Magma Stone. I can't explain it well, but it's really important. It keeps a Pokemon asleep. But lately, I've heard rumors about vandals in Stark Mountain. They say goons in spacesuits are causing trouble there. Huh? What? Me? I was on my way to the Pokemon Center because my Pokemon's low. Because my Pokemon's low on HP. So if you could get up to Stark Mountain now, that'd be great. Thanks. All right, so we have our next mission. Sounds like Team Galactic is at it again. But when we get into another trainer battle, I'll finish my thought here. It's actually very convenient. The world is huge and there are so many different Pokemon. What kinds of Pokemon are with you? Please, I want to have a look. So, the TLDR is because everything's been scaled back. It means, again, you have to make more guesses, which is inherently more interesting than just, like, winning 150-50 and then just cruising. Beyond that, a lot of the changes to characters are set, and the universal changes are almost the more exciting thing. The character balance stuff feels a little bit more scuffed, frankly, but the universal changes are almost like entirely good, to the point that it just kind of made Tekken 8 look even worse. Recently, they just announced the next patch for Season 3, which actually heavily nerfs Heat. In a way that makes people actually excited for Tekken 8 again, in a way that they haven't in a long time. Because Season 3, like 3.0, was kind of rocky from what I understand. It didn't really accomplish the goals they were setting out to do with Back to Basics, as they coined it. Mostly just because some things were still very overtuned. And the buffs and nerfs to, like, you know, top tiers were still very inconsistent, but like the current patch that just got announced is looking more promising. But speaking of characters named Alicia, Marvel Rivals is kind of on fire at the moment. Because of CC immunity, basically like being immune to certain like attacks, meaning certain characters like The Thing and Rogue especially, their kits involve so much like stun that if a character can't be stunned anymore, their kits are basically useless. From all of what from what I understand about the current patch. So yeah, like certain tanks are just completely unviable now. There's a hyperfixation for you for only a few weeks. You were deep in the Marvel Rivals mines. Wow, there are Pokemon that wonderful. You saw 2 of mine. So yeah, that was a short hyperfixation, though I get it. It's a game that is easy to burn out on. I don't know how Limit does it, I'm gonna be real. Like, I do not know how they are just still as dedicated to the game as they are, because I would burn out on like ranked a long time ago. I've thought about getting to ranked to get like the dark blue like white fox and black cat alts, but it's also like, how much am I even playing this game? If people asked you, wanted to play and asked you, you would. That's kind of my problem at the moment, where it's like I simultaneously don't feel like playing it, but I also feel like as soon as I uninstall it, someone's gonna be like, yo, wanna play Rivals? And it's like, oh, okay. So I just feel kind of stuck, unfortunately, with that. Okay, so back down. Around. Taking the long way around a bit, it's fine. But the other thing is, yeah, people are actually discussing, apparently Overwatch is weirdly in a recovery state. I still won't play it because Blizzard's nonsense. But, I mean, apparently for the people who still play Overwatch, they say actually it's slowly approaching a better state. I've meditated under a waterfall to temper my spirit, allow me to demonstrate its strength. So it's like this weird timeline where it's like Overwatch and Rivals are like flipping in like success of implementing patches at the moment. Actually, there was some speculation that that's why Rivals patches have been so scuffed lately, is because Overwatch is doing better, so they're doing more like reactionary changes. So like basically Redditors complaining about things and not really thinking through, oh wait, if we change this actually completely like cripples some characters' entire movesets. But again, this is coming from someone who plays very casually, so, you know, grain of salt and all that. Like, with Strive, I can't even tell you all the things they changed. A couple things that I really like are changing the inputs for perfect, like the defense shield move, the name of which I'm actually blanking on. It used to be quarter circle back dust, and now I think it's just back dust. No, it's like dust and like square, I think, and then dust and then like triangles burst. Or something like that. Achoo! Sniffle. So that's gonna take some getting used to. And yeah, a lot of RC changes, changes to Roman cancel, which I actually really like, because gestures at Guilty Gear Xrd. My Pokemon and I only seek only victory. From what I gather, Xr's like yellow Roman cancel is extremely busted. So yeah, it's like one of those where I understand why they just nerf things across the board. It also goes into a long-running fighting game thesis. There's a very popular video where someone talked about like you should buff weak characters before nerfing. But the problem with that Strive ran into is when you buff everyone. Is it just a syndrome quote from Incredible? When everyone's super, no one's super? Basically that. Now that I'm thinking about this. But it's just this case of like if everyone's super strong, then matches just aren't interesting. Because then you just kind of have one person steamroll if they get one cracked like 50-50. So I actually understand this. Arrgh, my Pokemon! But yeah, this just kind of threw out like a long-running fighting game thesis of this generation of don't nerf things, just buff things. Because it's kind of shown like, yeah, no, sometimes you just need to like take it back to like all the like characters and just like really scale them back down. Again, that's not saying all the characters are perfect. Again, Testament's the main one that I've seen that's very scuffed at the moment. I haven't heard much reporting on other characters. Like Dizzy benefits from universal changes to like burst recovery, because her burst gauge would... her opponent's burst gauge would recover weirdly fast. This is it, Stark Mountain! Now we need to get deep inside, let's do this! And as we would have expected, yeah, but can that old guy really take over? Can he replace Master Cyrus? Yeah, I hear you. That elder Charon is a commander, but he can't replace Master Cyrus. Maybe this is a good time for me to be done with this Team Galactic thing. So a bit of a power vacuum potentially with Charon taking over. Stark Mountain, Eruption Zone. Well, that's inviting. Hey, you! I could have done a bit there. Tell us where Master Cyrus went. Where were you after you disappeared at the Spear Pillar? Huh? The Distortion World, where Giratina was? You're not making any sense. Don't play that card with me. Fine, you don't want to talk. I'll bash you and make you talk. So yeah, this is kind of the culmination of the story, is one last hurrah with Team Galactic, one last rodeo. This is gonna be neutral, I think. Also, you're special, so this isn't actually gonna do a whole lot. Just constantly me getting into fight to the Bronzong and not having any clue what to do, basically. It's just Lucian all over again. What was I talking about? Yeah, Street Fighter is in the weirdest position, though, of all the major fighting games. Do not get me started on City of the Wolves. I do not want to talk about City of the Wolves. Just genuinely, I do not want to go there. Because that's just a whole landmine I do not want to step on. But Street Fighter is the weirdest one at the moment, because all of the discourse is on the character Alex. Genuinely, I know nothing about the actual balance of Season 3 currently. Literally, everyone's only talking about Alex. That might KO if it... Oh, that's bad, actually. Yeah, no, that's actually a problem. Genuinely, that's not good. We might just go pure, like, strength on this and just try to be stabbed to even the odds a bit. That'll be more neutral, because a lot of Perugly's attacks I think are going to be poison or normal, so that won't do much against Empoleon. Damn, I should have just used you in the first place. But yeah, literally, I cannot tell you anything about the balancing of Street Fighter 6 at the moment, because everyone's just talking about Alex, and how weird it is that they literally were like, we're gonna do a patch to change the story, which is not a small feat, because that would imply redoing like scripting and potentially voiceover, depending on if that's a voiced cutscene. I actually don't know if it is or not. The problem is, they kind of made it worse. Because not only did they not change hardly anything about it, the way they changed it just makes it really goofy and actually draws more attention to it in some ways. To the point that it's like baffling to me that they took this and then made it even worse. I think it's kind of hilarious, personally, that they just doubled down on it. It's like, wow, okay. What's with you? Do you have a vendetta against me? Yeah, I mean, kinda. My Pokemon let me down again. How am I supposed to get information about our missing Master Cyrus? Mars, you really are weak, pitifully so. You make me embarrassed to be a commander like you. Fine, I'll go up next. I want to know what became of Master Cyrus too. You end up fighting all three of these leaders? At this point, I actually don't remember, but hey, this evens out to a full team. Oh god damn it, you got another bronze song. And yeah, we still have a Pokemon out of commission, so that's another problem. Yeah, genuinely fascinating to me. That, like, of all the major patches, again, people have their grievances, because of course they do. No game is gonna have perfect balance. Gestures out even, like, the greats, like, you know, trying to play, like, God, who's the one character in Third Strike? I'm completely blanking on their name. Well, I mean, Evo Moment 38 springs to mind. Got that moment with Hugo, which Hugo is, like, extremely inviolable. And yet someone still made the character work. That is not a small feat. But there's another character too that I think is like completely scuffed in a way that like makes him very difficult to use competitively, but people can make it work. You just have to put Q, thank you. You just have to put so much more work into a character like Q versus like Ken. No, not Ken. Chun-Li or... Which of the twins is it? Or are they like a joined character? I don't even remember. It's like Yang and Yun, I think? Is that right? I may be talking out of my ass. I'm not familiar with Street Fighter whatsoever. That's not my scene. But the overall opinion is, like, you have a couple, like, really dominant top tiers in Third Strike to the point that, another good example on a Capcom-related note is, Zero May Cry in UMBC, where so many of the upper players will just play Zero Dante Virtual, to the point that comp is just really broken, and also really boring. I remember when they brought back, as the retro game, VC3 for EVO one year, and the bracket was really fun. The top 8 was a snooze, and that's just how this game goes, because seeing all the people be really scrambly in like the early parts of the game, or in the early parts of the bracket with like their unique teams, that part's fun. When it just becomes everyone's playing more again, or like Zero May Cry, or like Phoenix, then it just gets kind of tedious. So yeah, that's actually an opinion I've seen a lot, is that weirdly enough, for like PC3, like pre-top 8 somehow can be more entertaining just because you have more character variety and people like making like, you know, Iron Fist or like Ryu work. Yeah, and Yun's the really broken one, that makes sense. 3's balancing is a disaster. Quit flaunting your toughness. It's not cute in the least. How dare you? Okay, that's it for me. I'm going to look for Master Cyrus. The Distortion World, what's it called? I should go there, right? I'm quits with Team Galactic. Jupiter, you can deal with it. Following Mars' lead at anything irks me, but I'm quitting to do my own thing too. Team Galactic's just no fun without Master Cyrus around. So old-timer, go ahead, do what you want with Team Galactic. Here you have it, we're going back to being ordinary girls. You can mop up whichever way you want. Says you, an ordinary girl you're not. What should I do now? Is leaving on a journey the right idea? Are these just a poke and a Poco of Pokemon? So impressionable and impetuous. What do they see in Cyrus? Immature, overthinking buffoon? He goes through the trouble of assembling Team Galactic for what? Ultimately, he destroys his own creation for his ludicrous vision. It's no thanks to him to have to struggle with the pieces. But that's fine. The young can live with their dreams. I prefer to remain firmly in reality, and for that, money is paramount. You there, child, I'm not dealing with you. After all, the other galactic members who did all suffered consequences. We'll be off to collect the Magma Stone. It's all for the money. Goodbye, I guess. Neat. I'm dying. So I'm gonna go heal real quick, since we have an easy heal spot nearby. You don't think you could play MVC3? There seems like a lot going on at once. Same. I cannot handle Marvel vs. Capcom. I respect it, but oof, my head. Genuinely, I once had like... I started feeling sick playing MVC3 once. Because there's so much shit happening that was actually giving me like really bad like motion sickness, and all the flashing lights were kind of acting as a light trigger. I'm not epileptic, I don't think, but it was still definitely causing discomfort. The fastest fighting game I could probably play would be like Cross Tag or Fighters. Because Fighters is even, I think, more legible than MVC in some ways. Tokon is weird, because it's almost like the PS1 version of Marvel vs. Capcom 1, I'm pretty sure, where instead of like dedicated, like... where it's more like assist-based almost than like a dedicated tag fighter, because like not everyone has... you know, everyone shares health bars and everything, so it just kind of is a weird hybrid of systems in a way that's like very different, and thus, in my opinion, very incomparable to Marvel vs. Capcom, to the point that actually if Capcom suddenly showed up and was like, yo, we're making a new one, I think both games could actually coexist, like no problem. Just because MVC and Tokon would offer very different things. But that's also, again, me just talking out my ass a bit, because I'm not like an expert on any of this, like, side of fighting games. But in general, I'm like looking forward to Tokon a little bit, but I'm also not like over the moon about it, just because I'm not like really into Marvel. Like, I like Marvel properties to some extent. I don't like Disney, which is the, you know, coldest take in the book. Tokon is more fighters, if anything. Yeah, I think the only difference is not having shared health bars, or having a shared health bar, which is kind of a interesting choice. I just want to know if the one roster leak is real. There was a roster leak of Magneto and Wand from like a retailer, and if that's true, I'll be way more excited for the game, because I like X-Men a lot. Oh, hi, Buck. Hey, Yuna, wait up! So what's going on? What? Team Galactic's here? Gotcha, let's team up and go together. Yuna decided to go with Buck. I guess I didn't need to heal after all, because you won't regret teaming up. I'll keep your Pokemon healthy. Because yeah, he heals us up when we're in trouble. But that means everything's a double battle here. I'll use my mystifying psychic power to pulverize you. I had a revelation this morning. I knew that I would have a wonderful encounter here today. Yeah, I don't know how in-depth we're gonna go with like post-game stuff, because there's still a lot of areas we haven't been to. The main area I'm kind of torn on going to is the route off of Victory Road, partly because like there's not gonna be anything there, because I'm pretty sure that's where you activate like the Shaman event, which you can't really do legit, because I don't think they ever actually gave that away for Platinum, in the US at least. Also, just navigating caves and Pokemon is just annoying to me, so... the other point with, like, MVC is, I just think if there's new MVC, it entirely depends on the roster and art style. That's a cold take, I know, but like, we can't have an MVCI situation again, because that will like, you know, the series is already pretty buried, that will like really bury it. Like, I would need a really solid roster. I think Tokon's roster is cool, but there's no one like super up my alley. The closest, weirdly enough, is the Danger Room of all characters, quote unquote. Just because I find her novel. In the same way that I like a lot of the odd picks of rivals. Spoilers for the like final event card of this current season, but the two characters being teased with Easter eggs in the current season are Cyclops and Devil Dinosaur, and I would hope Moon Girl is also involved in that as like a duo character, like with Cloak and Dagger potentially. Mag and Wanda would have to be Team Villain if they get added because we already have Team X-Men. To be fair, like, Wanda's not really associated with X-Men at this point. But yeah, I'm at a point where it's like, I want it to be good. That's kind of where I'm at. I don't have strong opinions. But the other thing is... I feel like people like White Fox a lot. I don't know, maybe I'm completely off base and gestures itself. Maybe I'm biased. But it just kind of feels like people like White Fox a lot. And it's actually been very nice. Like, she's apparently been very, like, highly played. She's a decent healer now that, like, they did a patch close after she came out to the point that that helped a lot. But, like, I genuinely enjoy playing as White Fox. The biggest issue is just playing a melee character on controller is actually kind of difficult to me because of, like, not being able to turn around fast enough. It's my same problem playing Rogue. That's what I get for making idle claims. There's nothing wonderful about this. Speaking of idle, I guess the entire North American tour got cancelled. And I read the reasons why, I didn't quite absorb them. So that was fun to wake up to. I don't have to worry about FOMO anymore. Because like August would not have worked out for me because of other plans potentially being in August. That's still nebulous as hell. And subject to change, but still. But like... Oh shit. We can fight you, I guess. Trainers and Pokemon that gather here aren't pushovers. They all have tricks up their sleeves. We're all good to go. We just have to battle now. Again, most of this could just be this area. We might not end up actually doing much in other areas that aren't just this. Well, that kind of sucks as a team comp. Ice Beam, go. Wait a minute, that's actually not gonna do much, is it? Because you're Ice type. Ice Ghost. Yeah, no, okay. That sucks. Wait, why did they do that? You're not Steel type. No, wait, huh? Math. Math is hard. Because if you're Ghost Ice, the Steel wouldn't be effective on Ghost, but the Steel should be effective on... So I'm like, why doesn't it even out? Also, Buck only has one Pokemon, so we're just kind of up a creek now, because his one Pokemon died. I mean, this is a post-game area, it should be hard, to be blunt. Like, it should be challenging, because it's so late in, but it's also like, oh my god, this area is gonna make me angry, isn't it? It's gonna drive me insane. Yeah, like, Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur would be really fascinating to have in a Marvel vs. Capcom. I don't know entirely how that dynamic works, but I'm almost picturing like a Tronbon situation. But yeah, I don't know if my read is completely off there. But just oh, I don't know if that's good or not. I mean, it couldn't be worse than Ancient Power, right? Yeah, that's definitely better. But like, I almost don't want safe picks anymore. I want oddball picks. It's kind of just my potentially odd take on this. It's, again, why White Fox was a fun character for me. Because, one, pandering, gestures at self, but just, I like when they do more out-of-the-box characters. Oh, that sucks. What the hell is Gliscor anyway? Is he poison or ground? Like, genuinely don't remember what typing Gliscor is. Why did they toss you out here? I meant to toss in Luxray. Like, genuinely, I am not all here. I'm gonna be blunt. I'm slightly zoning out because I did not sleep great last night, which is, you know, story of my life. But yeah, I'm not all tuned in for this. And again, I think I'm just kind of ready to move on from Pokemon in general, to be honest. For this game at least, just because all these trainers suck, my god. It's like the amount of like set play with typings and shit, to me, is just driving me wild and driving me crazy. And like, not having anything good in double battles is just aggravating as hell. And then stuff like this happens. We might wipe here, actually, like, genuinely. We straight up might wipe here. Because it's like, I don't know what to do here about this situation. Like, nothing we have is good for this. In a way that just kind of drives me mad a little bit. And again, being down to... because Buck only has the one Pokemon in the endgame area. So yeah, we're just kind of SOL here. It's like, if I take out Gliscor, then I can at least bring back Luxray and have some success. Like, genuinely, like, I don't remember this area being as annoying as it is, but, like, I'm not vibing with this at all. That might KO, actually. If that KOs, we're, like, really screwed. Okay, so if we get rid of you, at least we have a little bit of a buffer. Cool. So we're not completely up a creek. I've also just been rambling about fighting games. I'm not entirely locked in here. Let's be real. I can blame the game all I want, but ultimately there is a component of skill issue in here anyway. But what was I talking about? Yeah, for me in terms of upcoming releases, like from like... it's in a nebulous category, because I don't even know what you'd call Arxis anymore, like AA, I guess? Because I don't even feel like it's AAA necessarily, god damn it. Again, this is just an annoying situation to be in. And it's like, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I think that's actually the thing that's bothering me the most, is I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Because it feels like I'm playing this game wrong. I don't know how to fix that. Again, the main issue is we're doing a double battle by ourselves. That's the biggest problem that we're having right now. That did not do much. Okay, they're down to 1 each, so we're in okay shape. Yeah, Gen 4 is like one of the hardest gens of the... like next to like Gen 1, I would say. Because Gen 1 is just jank. Like Gen 4 is like out for blood most of the time. Normally they have like really annoying post-game stuff, like obviously Gen 5 has a big super boss, as does like Heart Gold Soul Silver. Like Heart Gold Soul Silver's super boss is so high level, I don't know if I've ever even done it. I don't remember if I did it or not, because it's so annoying. Like the level jump for that super boss is insane. Alright. I can... Did that just stay on Crobat? Please tell me it just stayed on Crobat. Because that's the main one I need to take out because it's fast. Actually, Swords Dance means that Ursaring is probably going to be pretty fast at this point. Earth Power, go! I'm out of options. So yeah, we might end up doing another stream of this game at this rate, just because, oh my god, this Stark Mountain is gonna take like most of the stream at this rate. And I was planning to show off some of the like post-game areas, This is actually a problem. If you have Earth Power, this is gonna be a problem. So worst case scenario, we revive Staraptor, you'll be immune to the ground move and we'll use close combat. That's a normal type move. But okay, luckily we don't have to resort to that. Jesus Christ, that battle was ridiculous. And again, it doesn't help that you're not a trainer that can be taken lightly. I'm out of useful items. The other biggest issue is just, like, Buck has one Pokemon, and if his one Pokemon dies, we're just up a creek at that point. Like, there's nothing we can do, because, like, we are fighting a double battle by ourselves. At least, like, Barry would have multiple Pokemon, so you weren't as, like, immediately screwed if his Pokemon dies. Oh, you can't use Rock Climb? Oh. Well, shoot, that actually complicates this a lot. How the hell do you get to the... Okay, so yeah, there's this stuff you can't do because you can't rock climb. Which, like, good to know, I guess. I guess we'll fight you. I was born in Floroma Town. I'm sure thrilled to be here. It took a long time to get here. We're not going to lose again. I came here after winning my way through the battle tower. Yeah, what I was saying was, I don't really have strong opinions on Tokon, or like most, like, quote-unquote AAA games, again. Right, like, Tokon's in a weird case, because it's being published by Sony, but developed by Arxis primarily. But I'm of the opinion that, like, my most anticipated, like, non-indie release at this point is probably just Rhythm Heaven. Like, that's a safe bet. Good, it missed. I think... Oh, god damn it. Well, shoot. But, like, most of my anticipated games of the year are just indies. Like, I'm looking forward to Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave, because of course I am. I like Fire Emblem. I say as I still haven't played, a lot of Fire Emblems. I still haven't played Echoes. Oh right, Danganronpa 2X2 comes out this year. I almost forgot. Like, genuinely. Something tells me I will not escape Danganronpa. I say as I'm already playing 1. I'm on chapter 2 of 1, by the way. And that's part of the reason I still haven't gotten that far in that game, is because I'm procrastinating. Because I know what happens in chapter 2 of 1. And so I'm not, like, chomping at the bit to do this case, but I know the game gets generally better after this point. Generally, I need to stress this heavily. Like, it's not gonna be perfect, but, you know, this is the worst case, because you have, like, a really bad Hangman's Gambit that's, like, very notorious, that you like tone deaf, and just wrong. And then you have another reveal that's, like, big yikes. So yeah, once I get past this one, I think I'll pick up on the games in terms of pace, because I feel like 3 through 5 are gonna go faster. Danganronpa 2, I think I'll just genuinely enjoy more, except maybe like case 3. It's not the first time I've had this conversation within the last 24 hours, believe it or not. I'm sure you can guess how it came up. It's not rocket science to guess how this came up. Pelipper, that's a weird choice for this, and Gardevoir, that's also a weird choice for this. You can't please tell you, Star. I don't even remember how. I think it was just because of talking about, like, 2x2. So we got talking about Danganronpa stuff. So yeah, it's like, somehow Danganronpa's come up for me a lot. Oh gee, I had no idea. Oh, you're being facetious. Or maybe not, I don't know. I'm bad at reading tone and text. But yeah, Rhythm Heaven, Fire Emblem. Like, I'm not interested in Saros or Saros, however it's pronounced. Like the new game by the Returnal studio, just because I haven't played Returnal. And somehow playing Returnal but as a guy is less interesting to me. I wonder why. Not that, you know, that's a judgment on the game itself. I'm sure it's going to be very good. But like, I'm not interested in Wolverine because it's so insanely violent. Like, absurdly violent. Skylar and Natasha. We went down, we couldn't stick it out. But I had a win streak going, well, too bad. So now we need to figure out how to get down there, because that's, I think, to the next area. We might be fine, I might be underestimating my abilities. Yeah, I think we have to go around the long way. Dragons in a fiery mountain is a totally classic setup. Hear the howl of my iron fists. Howdy, I'm crazy for karate. Dragon Tamer Drake and Black Belt Jarrett. Oh, that's a team. Gibble. I like Gibble. It's cute. We just kind of skipped it because we went straight to Gabite. That should be a KO. That should be 4x effective, yeah. But like... Shrug? I can't... obviously, like, Xbox is a non-starter for me at this point. Yeah, like, nothing Sony's announced and is likely to announce anytime soon is going to be for me. The closest thing would be Spider-Man 3, believe it or not, and even that I'm not really excited about at this point. I did not vibe with Spider-Man 2 that much, actually. I think it's still a very good game and it actually fixes a lot of the gameplay problems I had with Spider-Man 1 PS4. However, the story was so nothing. You didn't realize Machamp be hitting the sumo pose in this game? Yeah. But then... yeah, no, the game just didn't click with me. Mostly just because... I don't like symbiote storylines. I'm gonna be real, symbiote storylines are just always boring to me. Nothing will top Spider-Man 3. Do not at me. This is only half facetious, by the way, just because as bad as Spider-Man 3's version of the symbiote is, and it's at least entertaining, which is more than I can say about a lot of adaptations. IMO. It's just kind of like, okay, deep cut here. Oh. Losing isn't a happy occasion. Losing made it clear to me you're crazy about Pokémon. So, there's the old WB show, / CW, because it became CW partway through. There's the old CW show called Smallville, which is an adaptation of Superman, but it's like a prequel. Smallville loved doing evil Superman stories to an obnoxious degree because there was like a type of kryptonite that just kind of acts like the symbiote in Spider-Man. It just kind of makes you go evil. Like, Red Kryptonite was just the most boring storytelling cliche because they would do like a Red Kryptonite episode like every season. It was always just like, oh my god, we're doing this again? And that's how the symbiote feels to me, where it's like, evil Spider-Man storylines are just so played out at this point. That's why Superman 2025 is refreshing to me, because it dares to ask the question of, what if Superman was just a nice guy? Here we are, Team Galactic's inside, right? This is it, no fooling around. Okay... Cyrus disappeared, Mars and Jupiter quit, Saturn said he would look after what remains of Team Galactic, but he won't join me. So foolish of him. So very foolish of the rest of them, throwing away Team Galactic. After all the effort we took as a team to make it grow, that power could have made us rich beyond imagination. But enough of that, the Magma Stone will be mine. Hey, you, Team Galactic, what's going on here? Heh, what's this then? Chased me here, have you? I like seeing children try their best, but too bad for you, you're too late. With this magma stone, I will let awaken the legendary Heatran, I don't know how it's pronounced. I will control the volcano's eruptions to extort money by the millions. Fear me, for I'm Charon, the boss of the reborn Team Galactic. Go, go, go! Huh? No, the Magma Stone! What is going on? Excellent work, Krogunk. Pah! Disguising myself as a boulder for a stakeout was not easy. Now, Timer, the International Police cordially request your cooperation. I am sure you have much to tell us about the new Team Galactic. With Cyrus, Mars, and Jupiter gone, you're all that is left. Hey, it's the International Police! Yeah, it's the International Police, alright. There's only one thing to be done. Run away! Ah, what a mess. International Police, what are you saying? I know nothing. A new Team Galactic, extorting with Heatran, merely the blathering of this harmless old man, all said in jest. Besides, among Team Galactic's commanders, I was the most junior. You can tell us all about it, we have plenty of time. Oh no resisting arrest, you can't win 3-on-1, no? Okay officers, over here if you will. He's an old man, the heat cannot be good for him. Quickly, take him somewhere cool. Yes, the cooler will do. Just stick him in a freezer. Tired for being the best Pokemon character? Yuna, and you, unfamiliar boy, I wish to say something. First, it's too hot, let us exit this environment. Phew, the air outside is delicious, yes? I have inhaled the volcanic ash by the lungful. Now, you two, this is what they were after, the Magma Stone. Moving this is set to awaken the Pokemon Heatran. The old tales say that its awakening will make Stark Mountain erupt. But I've moved it, it is here. Will this cause the eruption? Hey, don't sweat it, stranger. Give me that Magma Stone, I'll go put it back for you. That boy, he has quite the energy, yes? You know, I should tell you why I have arrived here. After we parted at the Mount Coronet, I investigated their hideout. I uncovered Sharon's plot, which led me to stake out of this place. That Sharon is now securely within our custody. It is safe to say the Team Galactic is a threat no longer. That being said, it looks like my work here is finally finished. Hey stranger, I put the Magma Stone where it belongs. I'll be okay now. Heatran won't wake up. Probably. But hey, Yuna, you're an amazing trainer. Swing by my place later, it's in the survival area. Be seeing you, stranger. Yuna, bye-bye. Wow, he's taking his time. I also will take my leave. The more wonderful the meeting, the sadder the parting. That is a quote I've heard many years ago in a foreign land. Its meaning, I understand it better now. Farewell, Yuna, my friend. Long may you cherish Pokemon. So that's effectively the end of the story. Next up we want to go back to Buck's house. We can't actually go back in and try to catch Heatran, despite the stone being in there so it won't erupt. We can still go and catch it. I'm not going to, that's too much effort. This feels like a trap. Yo, if it isn't Yuna, it's my place, drop in, hey? I'm so scared. Am I gonna be locked into a battle? Oh, so you are. You're Buck's friend, yes? I've heard about you from both Buck and Wake. Well, my young friend, you're always welcome here from now on. This is a private club for only Sinnoh's gym leaders, for those vouched for by those self-same gym leaders. It's a place where the best seek to better themselves. Welcome to the battleground. So basically what this is a way to refight trainers. Different trainers will show up on different days. Or gym leaders can show up and you can rematch them. Also, outside, Barry is just here permanently. And if I'm not mistaken, you can also battle the, partner characters too. There's one we haven't seen, Marley, who's in the Victory Road, offshoot to the east. So yeah, you have to actually do this to actually get Heatran to show up, so we'll actually go back in and talk to Buck, I think. Hi. My place is open only to the toughest trainers, I'm serious. You're supposed to be introduced by a gym leader, but you're special. Well, I'm off to the battle frontier. I feel like seeing how far I can go up the tower. What should we talk about today? Oh, I know. Let me tell you about the volcano named Stark Mountain. That volcano dates to when Sinnoh was made by the melding of time and space. Fiery lava spilled out and pooled, and then became a Pokémon. It said the Magma Stone was used to keep the Pokémon pinned down. It kept the Pokémon from rampaging and the volcano from erupting. So yeah, that's basically an event trigger to get Heatran to show up, from what I gather. Apparently... on weekends you can battle Barry. I don't trust that though. So after the break, we will talk to Barry and see if we can get any information out of him. And then, yeah, the rest of the stream will be spent exploring areas of Sinnoh that we didn't actually see in the main adventure. I don't know if I'll go through everything just for the sake of time. We'll see how much we can get through. Hello, I have returned, and with that, we are ready to go. We're gonna launch straight back into the game, I think. Let's see how far we can get here. Okay, let's see what you want. Oh, it's you, Yuna. You know, the best trainers must really love Pokemon from their heart. I'm talking about people like the gym leaders, of course. People like the Tower Tycoon and the other Frontier Brains, too. You can tell they love Pokemon when you're battling them. But I'm not conceding anything to them or to you, because I'm still going to be the greatest trainer ever. Okay, so he just straight up does not battle us on weekends. Got it. So, let's go over some areas that we have not seen in our adventure, and given that we're literally right here, our first stop is going to be right adjacent to the fight area. We got a little water route that we never went through. We went around it and then never actually went into the water. Sorting our party real quick. I'm gonna give this to Gardevoir. Work is the complete opposite of Saturday, as in very slow. That's good. I'm glad you're not being completely swamped today on this fine Monday. I say fine Monday as if it was actually particularly good, but it's not been the worst, I suppose. So, you know, gotta take the small victories, as they say. Yeah, again, will not promise that we'll do everything in this little remaining bit of this, like, 2 hours of the stream, given that there's a couple areas that are just kind of going to be annoying to get through. But there are a few things I do want to legitimately show off. Check out my dynamic form, victory is assured. And you know, really, realistically, given I'm not going back to Stark Mountain to catch Heatran and also exploring all the other stuff, we really could just skip trainer battles at this point if I really wanted to speed this up. Because again, I don't think there's going to be enough to do another stream of this. So yeah, I might just kind of speed through some of these areas for the sake of just showing off, like, stuff we haven't seen yet. No, god damn it. Again, I swear Gen 4 just loves wasting your time. And again, I also swear I enjoy Gen 4 a lot, as much as I've been complaining about it this stream. Wow, that did a lot of damage. I didn't know Confusion could do that much damage. Like, genuinely, that's kind of ridiculous. Like, this will KO if this misses. It's kind of insane. Okay, 726, that's a good number. Well, Gastrodon, that's a good call to use Gardevoir. But yeah, the stream schedule kind of depends on if I actually get through everything I want to show today. If not, we'll pick it up on Friday. If there's enough to justify picking it up on Friday, we'll come back and do it then. Otherwise, we might just do some side stuff for a bit, because god, we've been on Pokemon for so long, there's not been much variety on my streams for a little bit. I think the lack of variety is kind of driving me insane a bit, so I actually want to get back to doing Wednesday streams as a variety day. Oh, that's how it is, but we might just make it a short break anyway. Yeah, this was supposed to be a double battle, probably. Are your Pokemon growing properly? Shoot, we didn't heal Luxray, did we? Oopsie. That's awkward. So we'll just toss a full restore. Wait, you are unfrozen actually. This might be fine. No, you're ice type. I don't know how much this is going to do. Hi Chibi, thank you for that, Pats. Again, I say this every time, but someday I'll have more emotes. Because I really want more emotes. I want a lurk emote. That's the main thing I keep thinking about, is I really want a lurk emote. Like one of me like peeking behind a wall. Like out from behind a wall. I think that'd be really cute. And I lurk a lot, so I think I would get a lot of use out of this, even if, you know, it's just for me. I would get a lot of use out of a lurk emote. Nice. Maybe 2 growing up. Yeah, that was a quick win there. I thought we got frozen, that's why I was confused. You get a lot of use out of it too? Yeah, that's definitely something to consider. The main thing is just kind of like getting an artist to do that. I'm shy about asking for things. This is probably not going to be worth it. But I'm nosy, I'm curious. You know, curiosity killed the cat and all that. Except I'm not a cat. Contrary to popular belief, I'm not a cat. So far. Rare candy, actually, no, that's very good if I was, you know, actually dedicating time to this game and not just probably moving on after this. I also, speaking of which, I also really like a note-taking emotes, because I say noted a lot. And whenever I have like a gift sub to someone with a note-taking emote, I always use that a ton. I'm training running a Pokemon, I like that, let's battle it out. You feel like I'm shy about asking anyone about anything unless they're my girlfriends? You are correct on that, actually. That's just kind of my nature, unfortunately, is I'm very shy unless I'm like really close to the people I'm talking to, which is unfortunately not the biggest number of people at the moment. That's actually something I've been thinking about a lot, is how I've kind of retreated a lot socially, and I kind of regret that for extremely obvious reasons, where I've kind of... Also, Serena, you might want to reword your phrasing. I don't know if I want to go into details of why I'm saying that. I'm mostly just being cheeky for the record. I've been on the internet too long. That cuts attack in half, but you're not gonna get a chance to attack if all goes well. But yeah, I feel like I've been kind of not talking to friends enough, and I've just mostly been talking to partners, and that is a genuine thing I need to work on. But also social spoons are just not great at the moment. Awesome, you're a real wild child. You know, there's an art of a character with that name? Yeah. I was wondering if we could get a double battle, but oops. People keep coming for us to battle for battles. I really don't know why. Teehee. So yeah, I'm pretty sure there's supposed to be a double battle lineup somewhere here. Joanna. That's a pretty name. I think I had an OC with a name similar to that for a while. Yeah, I genuinely need to be better about messaging friends and not just partners. Double digits, oh my god. The little bot I use for alerts, Mix It Up, actually did add an option to have stream streaks have an alert, and I'm like, I think that would be used too much. I think that would drive me slightly nuts to have that pop up constantly. I'm not like overly opposed or in favor of stream streaks, I'm just kind of neutral on the concept, so you can turn that off, I'm pretty sure, I just don't care. Okay, we lost. Pragmatic response. Yeah, you get being afraid of asking others for anything. Check out my physique, the rough seas sculpted this awesome body. Good for you, question mark? How many Pokemon did you have? How else can you show your commitment to you by how big your stream number is? You've been thinking about asking me for something for a while, and I'm curious now, actually. but also no pressure, because again, I'm also not good at asking things. Oh my god. I just feel bad in general, like my spoons have been very low lately. So I've been just kind of sticking to like small spaces of just like me and a couple others, like partners mainly. And I feel like I'm becoming a recluse basically, and that makes me nervous. But also, I've been through a lot in the year 2025. Yes, I know it's only April, and I'm saying it anyway, because it's objectively true. I've been through a lot this year. As have a lot of people. This has not been an easy year on, like, anyone, it feels like. Yeah, and that's 2020. Did I say 2025? I meant 2026. Well, 2025 was also rough, I'm not gonna lie. I had a pretty decent 2025 compared to like most of my friends who were just going through it constantly. I've got a muscular physique, but there's no strength behind it. Yeah, good job. And this loops back to where Butler and Diane were. I'm just gonna call them that, even though they're renamed. And yeah, that's like the final numbered route in the game. Going in order of things that I think are most important to show. Next up, we want to go to Canalave of all places for a hopefully short side quest. We're interested in continuing that Terraria playthrough on or off stream. That'd be fun, actually. I was having a good time. Could potentially rope Scar back in if she's available, and I'm sure Serena would be down if she's got time. Yeah, I was having fun with that. Again, Terraria is not... Those kind of crafty games aren't necessarily my scene, but I do enjoy them with people. Is it this house? There's something to do... Oh wait, it's at the Sailor's house. I haven't fully played the game in a decade, yeah. We actually got pretty far in not that long. Okay, here we go. The little boy is thrashing about in his sleep. He appears to be in torment. He is muttering something. Dark is watching me. I never thought a boy would fall into this endless nightmare. It's happened in the past in Canalave. There were people who never woke up from their nightmares. That is until they were awoken using something called the Lunar Wing. My husband went to find a Lunar Wing on Full Moon Island, but he failed. Does it take a trainer to do that? We feel so frustrated by this. So, short post-game side quest for a legendary. You're going to Full Moon Island for us? We're both counting on you. Only you can awaken my son from this awful nightmare. Please, I need the Lunar Wing from Full Moon Island to awaken him. I went, but I failed to find it. Anchors away. You're feeling a lot more shy. Oh, I feel that though. That's you. Yeah, I'm down to... I need to play more games with friends, period, honestly. Like, just in general. 14 is part of that, actually. Though again, I'm kind of in a weird limbo state with FF14 at the moment where I'm a little shot on the game. Also, hi Cresselia. So you add to the decks, but you're just gonna F off. The Pokemon flew off somewhere. There's something sparkling where the Pokemon once was. The Lunar Wing. Yeah, GB's a good friend. I agree. And with that, our work here is done. I guess we don't even need to talk to you. We could just fly back. That Pokemon you met was the Lunar Pokemon. I've heard tales of it flying from place to place throughout Sinnoh. Oh, that's Sparkle, so that's the Lunar Wing. Thank you. That will wake my son from the nightmare. Okay, so fun thing. Hey, guess who has another roaming legendary to find now? And this is why I don't want to catch Cresselia, because that sounds miserable on a streamed playthrough. Yuna's Lunar Wing began to glow. The boy's sleeping face became untroubled and serene. The little boy woke up. Oh my gosh, you're awake! Oh, my son. I don't know what to say. Thank you, we'll never forget you. Seeing you back to normal makes me feel great. I've regained my spirit as a sailor. Come sail with me later. Yay. Thank you. We can't thank you enough, but thank you. I couldn't wake up. I saw it. It was a scary dream. It was a dark place, and it was a dark Pokemon. But Daddy, Mommy, I could always hear your voices. So if you have an event pass for, like an event item for this, the inn at the top, or the building at the top will let you, I think, sleep, and that'll take you to another island where you can fight Darkrai, which obviously is, a very scary Pokemon. So yeah, not gonna be able to show that off in this, but it's fine. That would be one weird benefit of playing BDSP, is I actually would have been able to show off certain events like that, because they did actually give out all the items once. I wish they were just permanent, you could just mystery gift these, but no, we can't have nice things. I mean, that's just BDSP in general. It's like, this is why we can't have nice things, the game. As someone who actually liked BDSP a fair amount, I still felt like there were a lot of missed opportunities with it. It's weird that only Arceus is permanent. Oh, okay. Yeah, I actually didn't even know that much. I thought, oh wait, because you have, Legends. I think. Yeah, that is genuinely kind of weird. Again, God, the Pokemon Company makes decisions. Again, as someone who's more positive on Pokemon than some, it's like, God, they make decisions sometimes. Giving Waterfall again, just because we'll need it later, and we have no other good water types that also are full up on HMs. So now we have the fun task of fighting through all this nonsense to get to where I actually want to go. Okay, timing it so we actually get to double. I love my inflatable tube, so I admire jellyfish Pokemon. I can't swim without my inflatable tube, but my Pokemon might be strong. Tuber Trenton and Tuber Mariel. Shellos and Meryl. Okay, you are not that high level, so we will... this might be overkill. This is definitely excessive. Again, double, like, separate targeting just so we don't accidentally take out Gardevoir. Not that we need to do much, we're kind of just flexing on them at this point. I thought these were closer in level because the area that you, that at the end of this path is like something you can't do much with until you actually get, the National Dex. So I wasn't sure if this was like easy or not to actually access. Wow, you just have two of the exact same Pokemon again. I'm gonna use Spark, it has a higher hit rate. But yeah, I actually like Legends Arceus a lot and kind of wish that would get a Switch 2 update to make it like 60 FPS. I don't even need anything graphically because like I don't think it looks great, but it's whatever. It's just a better frame rate would actually be nice for that game. I still haven't played Legends ZEA and I really want to, but I opted for Pokopia instead, which I still haven't played because Tomodachi Life. I'm drifting away. They weren't tough, my Pokemon. Your drifting soul, you could say. Route 220. Oh no, this is a big ass route, isn't it? Oh, we're gonna be here for a bit. Again, reconsidering fighting all these trainers. Swimming is a workout for your entire body. Jump in and swim. Swim, you. And again, the other big game that I keep thinking about is Metroid Prime 4. I really want to form my own opinion on that game. I hear it's not great, but it's one that, I genuinely want to form my own opinion on. Again, I think I talked about this before, but Metroid Prime 4 to me is so fascinating because from like every other developer at the moment, I think the game would have gone canned because of how not great it turned out and just how rough the development period was. Like, I think like Xbox for sure would have canceled it as an example, and the state it ended up being. So it's one of those games where it's like, I don't think it sounds great, but it's like fascinating to me that it exists at all, and I kind of appreciate that. It's a very rough development cycle that I'm sure is gonna make a great, like, a fascinating story someday. Other games that I kind of missed out on that I still kind of want to catch up on. I still need to play Age of Imprisonment, actually. What else? There was some other stuff that came out last year that I was like, I really want to play that, and never did. I can't believe I'm actually getting into One Piece of all things. That feels weird to me. It's like a 4Kids kid, like, just finally getting into One Piece after seeing it advertised constantly back in the day. Sunk like a stone. It's like, damn, I missed out on 4Kids One Piece. The human body floats more easily in the sea, so it's easy to swim. That's great. You have one Pokemon? Oh, I overestimated this a bit. The one area that we probably won't go back to is Send Off Spring, where you can do like a special cave area. It only depends on if we have time, because I don't think we'll have time with the way things are going. We're not going very quickly through this. Squishy? Oh, thank you. See a salty bite. All I taste is bitterness. Damn, that got deep fast. Deep as this water. Splash plate, that could have been useful, like, way earlier. 3 beings were born to bind time and space. Wow, that was not as descriptive as I was hoping it would be. Okay, this one we have to fight, basically. I only live to swim. Teach me what's so fun about Pokemon. Why do you need me to teach you if you already have a Pokemon? Scratch that. If you have 3 Pokemon... Let's see, 220 and then 221. So yeah, we still have essentially 2 short routes to get through, and a lot of trainers to fight on the way. Oh my god, a lot of trainers to fight on the way. Jesus Christ. Why is this route so long? I feel like you're meant to do this before everything, like after you do all the stuff, and like as soon as you get surf, basically. So like before Canalave, I feel like is when you're intended to do this, but it's like, why? Because like you can't do anything at the PAL park, so like going there early just doesn't feel like it would accomplish much. That's just me being mildly cynical, potentially. Okay, Route 221 is on land, so the water part isn't actually that much longer from the looks of it. So that's good. Yeah, we might be able to show off a couple other things beyond this. Oh yeah, that was fun. I learned something good. Good for you. From the guide I'm looking at, it looks like there's a train up above. Again, I might just skip past, just for the sake of time. Just because finding all these water Pokemon that are barely giving us any experience is not the most productive use of time. But also my compulsiveness is like, should we fight you? Okay, get your breathing in order. Okay, you're ready to go. There's also a train up there. You'd have to go the other way around, so we're just gonna not worry about that. But yeah, I swore there were more games that came out last year that I missed out on. Ace Attorney 2 Collection is actually one that I've been thinking about picking up, because I've never actually... Oh, Ace Attorney Investigations 2, because I've never actually played that one. I never even did the fan translation. I just never got around to it. Not anything against the fan translation, I hear it's very good. But you just never went around. Never got around to that. Capcom Fighting Collection 2 is another one I missed out on last year, because again, I would be curious to try like CVS. And I was like Power Stone. I still wish it had rival schools instead of just Project Justice, and likewise, I wish it also had the other one, the lightsaber one. I forgot the name of it. I let my momentum falter, but there was like 2 games where they only have one half of a duology, and I wish they just had both. Well, that's weird. This is supposed to be a double battle. I bought a new bikini. It's this year's newest model. What the hell do you mean newest model? This isn't a car. Floatzel. Oh, the name Claire reminds me. There's a hairstyle in Tomodachi Life that's like so close to being perfect for Claire Francois from I'm in love with the villainous, but it's one that where you can't adjust the front and back parts separately. It's all one complete set, and that kind of ruins it for that purpose. That's why I sounded for splashing in water, but point still stands. It's like, damn it, because I would have done that otherwise. On your marks, get set, go! When they say that, let's start. Then I have to add, like, Ray Taylor also. I don't think ME could capture how unhinged that character can be sometimes. I'm in love with the villain. This is very fascinating. I think Zon. I'd been hearing about it for years, but I know Zon was the one that mainly introduced me to it, and I had a good time with it. It's only one season. Most Yuri don't last much longer than a season. Same goes for manga. Yeah, wow, my legs cramped up. That was me like 2 days ago. That was fun. Leg cramps are like one of the worst things you could ever experience, I feel. Well, does it look like I'm swimming gracefully? Oh, duh, Resident Evil Requiem. I was like, what games have I felt like I missed out on? It's like, right, Grace. Again, there's actually a mod that skips the Grace intro of Requiem, and I think I would actually end up using that because there's one specifically gory moment at the beginning that I do not think I could handle. So I'd probably end up having to use the skip mod for that. I know what happens, and I saw most of a playthrough up to that point. So I'd be fine skipping to just the Leon segment there. And then again, a mod for the giant spider, and then I'll be golden. I might do it once just to say I've beaten the whole game straight through minus the spider, because that's an actual phobia trigger to the point where I wouldn't be able to look away. I'm finally feeling fatigued. It's like the other moment is so hard to tell if it's a cutscene or gameplay that's my biggest issue. It's not skippable because speedrunners didn't skip it in early runs before they elected to use the skip mod. But it's a case of like, why is it? What? I like fishing, no question, but battling, that's what I love. The problem I have is just, yeah, being able, because I can't look away if it's a gameplay moment. So that's the actual, like, hurdle there. The giant spider, even worse, because that's a boss fight. Like, there's no getting around it. You have to look at this thing. So yeah, that's the main reason why I play Requiem on PC, so I can mod it. Also, just because I'm kind of moving out of, like, PlayStation, Xbox's ecosystems back to just Nintendo and Steam. Just because, yeah, no, Xbox is very obvious. PlayStation just hasn't had anything for me. Like, literally the next PS5 game I'm likely to pick up, now that I think about it, is probably FF7 Part 3. Because that probably wouldn't run great on my computer. And that is a game that I am actually looking forward to. I still need to play Rebirth, though. That's the funny part. Someday. Sploosh. Kaboom. That's... wrong game, though. That'll be coming up soon, though. Oh no, how am I gonna handle that on the stream? It just hit me, like, wait a minute, I'll have to do that if I want to 100% it. But again, with Wind Waker, I genuinely think I might run a poll at some point of 3 heart run or 100%, because I'm actually undecided on which I want to do for that. Are you going to the Power Park too? For you, I'm willing to show off my prized Pokémon. One Pokemon. Good job, dude. To be fair, Togetic is a very good price Pokemon because you have to have a friendship level to actually evolve it. So point taken. Actually, I will take back my my sass. Yeah, I woke up with a leg cramp like 2 days ago and it was like miserable. I did not sleep great. So hot stuff, huh? That's why I'm so proud of my Pokemon. It died in one hit. But it's very cute, so I understand. I see the vision. They call me an ace trainer. Allow me to demonstrate the talent that makes me so. You actually have more than one Pokemon? Cool. You have 2 Pokemon. I'm so scared. But yeah. Like, I'm not really even interested in Pragmata. Like, if I'm being honest, I kind of don't have any interest in it. Like, it seems neat, it reviewed well, but it just does not seem up my alley unless I see something that proves otherwise, which I have not. The main thing right now is, the hope that a very spotty leaker is correct, and that Code Veronica remake will be announced soon. Because I would actually be super interested in a Code Veronica remake. That game is not good from what I've heard. I'm burning with jealousy over your raw talent. Like, some people really love it and some people really hate it. It's very polarizing. Hal Park, a place for new beginnings. I'm so hit or miss on Yoshi games. I haven't even played Crafted World. Ah, Yuna, this is it. This is Pal Park. Pokemon from around the country can be brought here. In other words, Pokemon from places like Kanto and Hoenn. This place also happens to be where you compete to see how quickly you can catch those Pokemon. It's good to see you come to join us for a visit. Let me make a gift of this trainer counter app for your Pokétch. The Trainer Counter app tracks the Pokemon Radar's rankings. I plan to be in Eterna City for some time. Being here, I should make the best of my time studying the Pokemon of the Sinnoh region. I'm gonna say goodbye, I'm just gonna F off. Pal Park is so scintillating. Trainers and Pokemon are here so full of intensity here. I've never seen some Pokemon. Would you show me if you had one? Let me see. A Pokemon that does nothing but eat and sleep. What was that Pokemon's name now? Oh, it's on the tip of my tongue. The current record holder is Barry with 2,000 points. Can you top that? Nope. I've heard trainers complain that rare Pokemon take longer to appear. Is it easier to start with common Pokemon? Welcome to Pal Park. This is where top-notch trainers come to demonstrate their Pokemon catching techniques to their peers. Oh? Are you maybe? Ah, you're Yuna. We've all heard rumors about you. Word is you're a hotshot trainer. We'd be honored if you would participate in our catching shows. Yes, you agreed to participate. It's a happy day for me. Let's not waste any time. Let me explain how Pal Park works. I wrote the Pal Park manual for situations just like this. What should I explain? To my understanding, this is where you transfer Pokemon up through the GBA games to this game. Meaning we really can't do anything with this, unfortunately. What happens if I say yes? Would you like to take part in a catching show now? Oh, hold on, you don't have enough Pokemon for a catching show. You'll need to stock us with 6 Pokemon to participate. You should make some Pokemon migrate from Kanto or Hoenn. So yeah, this is how you transfer up to this gen. The catching show, it's a head-on clash of will and wits between trainers and Pokemon. I especially look forward to seeing Pokemon from Kanto and Hoenn, but it tugs at my heartstrings to know they're so far away from home. I came to see Yuna's catching show with Daddy. I hope it starts soon. Yeah, sorry about that. You know, my daughter's a big fan of yours. A day doesn't go by without her demanding we come see catching shows. People come here not only to see the catching shows, we get to see rare and exotic Pokemon on top of the catches. The excitement gets me all chacked up. So yeah, unfortunately not an area we can do anything with. But it is cool. You can basically go all the way from like Fire Red, Leaf Green, Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, all the way up through to this gen, and then frankly you can actually then take them and plop them into why am I blanking? Black and White. There's a way to transfer up to Black and White. And then from there to X and Y, I'm pretty sure, or at least Gen 7 in general. And then voila, you can go all the way to Pokemon Bank. So it's really cool. IMO, being able to just do that. Oh, that's too many. That's way too many. We don't need that much. Again, I guess I'll show this off. Yeah, like, I am interested in Yoshi and the Mysterious Book, not for $70 though. It's like Crafted World. If I see a copy, like, for like 30, I might be interested, but not for full price. I think it'll be really cute, and I am interested in it, but it's just not worth it for me at this current junction. Again, I should play Crafted World first, just my actual takeaway. I hear it's very mid, but I'm willing to give it a shot. Frankly, that's a game that would actually benefit a lot from game share, I think. So you wouldn't have to like dig up or just do local, and then you can just do like the multiplayer, which I think would help that game, but I doubt they would go back and add game share to that. Anyway, this should be the new part of Victory Road, if I'm not mistaken. I'm Marley. You are? Oh, Yuna, will you help me, please? I want to get through this tunnel. Will you let me go with you? Yuna decided to go with Marley. Pokemon shouldn't be hurt. I'll heal them. She's kind of a mood, actually. You haven't touched a copy since release? You played for like 3 hours? That's fair. I haven't even opened the game, I'm pretty sure. I own a physical too, and I don't think I've touched it. I put it in, installed it, and then didn't do anything else. Like, I hear it's just kind of mid more than anything. It's just boring. And trainers lock eyes. That's right, it's time to let their Pokemon go wild. I will win, I'm sure of it. Therefore, you will lose. Okay, Fun Karma. I don't know why I gave her that voice. Micah and Brandy. Metang and Marowak. That's an eclectic duo. Sorry, Arcanine, you're gonna get washed away. You have 2 Pokemon. I'm taking a risk here. This might backfire horrifically, but it's fine. But yeah, the other feeling I have is, like... Again, I don't really blame Nintendo for not announcing things that far in advance. I don't mind it myself, just because I'm impatient and I would prefer a game to be announced close to release. Just, again, I complain about this every time, but like, that's just my way of approaching this. It's like, you know, I would have held off announcing Wind and Waves until like summer, just because it's like shrug. 2027 is so far away that I don't care that strongly about that yet. I'm sure I will like it. I still haven't played Scarvio, to be blunt, but the point still stands. I, you know, look forward to Wind and Waves. I just don't think we need to hear about it this early. Pokemon games just tend to be announced early though, to be fair. That's like kind of the Nintendo adjacent property. It's also the 30th anniversary and people are expecting a Sign of Life. That's also fair. There is that dynamic at play of just, it's an anniversary and it's good to have confirmation. And frankly, they showed more than I would have given them credit for. I was expecting even less if it was to be announced, so that was a pleasant surprise. Because let's be real, most companies that announce a game a year out just show like a pre-rendered trailer, don't even show anything of like actual value, so that part's refreshing. Yeah, Gen 9's reveal was very shallow, and hey, remember when the Gen 9 trailer came out and I was like, wow, this game looks so much better than Sword and Shield visually, and flash forward to the final product. Again, not even to be like a Gen 9 hater, because I still haven't played it. I've actually heard the characters are really good, and the story is decent. It's just... wow, the game needed an extra year or two. Also, like... yeah, that's the biggest issue, is it just needed time. Hi to Wankai, welcome on in. And we're just making our way through the little offshoot area of Victory Road. Again, don't know how deep I want to go with this, but I do want to go through a little bit of this. That's a crit, cool. Got a crit. Or not, I meant a super effective. The crit was irrelevant, but we got a crit anyway, so that was very funny. Are you just using outrage again? That's a choice. Again, the one benefit of being with Marley is that she will heal our Pokemon at every junction, so we don't have to worry about healing, because we'll be fine out of battles. I don't even know where I'm going, by the way. I don't remember the last time I did this section. I didn't do it in BDSP when I played it last. So I'm kind of flying blind here. Alrighty. Your Pokemon have a real peppy feel to them. But this isn't possible! Yeah, well, deal with it, I guess. 6, 7, 8 was the number of money we got. Oh, oopsie, I screwed that up. Hope we don't need to go up there. When did we see a Pidgeot? I have no idea, actually. Like, genuinely. Oh, I hate the look of this. I'm not good at mazes. This way? I think both paths would have actually worked. Again, we can't rock climb with another person in the party, so we're kind of limited on where we can actually go here. Did I just loop? No, it was up there that I screwed up the rock pushing. Yeah, I think I just royally screwed this up. Oh wait, this loops back, so we're fine. Cool. Guess we can go this way. The sharp vision of my bird Pokemon will see through your weaknesses. Learning how to manage tough Pokemon is a shortcut to getting tough. But I also kind of forgot what I was talking about, unfortunately. Yeah, I still need to catch up on a lot of games. The biggest problem is I had this big mentality for a long time of I'm just gonna save this game to play it on stream, and then I never streamed it, or like recorded it for like a Let's Play or whatever. So I just had a growing backlog of games. Like one that I finished recently was Transistor, because I had this moment of, hey, what if I just play Transistor on stream? I'm really glad I didn't. Just because, I really don't like parts of the gameplay, and I think on stream I would have gotten really frustrated. Like, the frustrating part with Transistor is I love the story, and in a lot of ways I love the ending specifically. But the biggest hurdle is I just kind of got frustrated at the gameplay a lot. And that was the biggest problem, where it's like I would have gotten frustrated doing it on stream. It's why I worry about doing Hades on stream, to be honest. But yeah. Sorry, I'm responding to something. Don't you have an Achilles heel? I lost, but how is that possible? You know what, we might just want to get a move on. If this is like kind of the exit path, maybe we should just ignore the trainers, because this is just going to take forever. I don't know if this is the exit path or not. I'm not that good at this game. A battle is a clash of willpower. The one who wants to win the most will emerge the victor. I see it. I see a victory for me. Yeah, we'll see about that. Yeah, that's a team. Chimecho and Dusknoir. And that's a gross team comp. And we can't just Surf to get rid of, which is actually the bigger issue. You only have the one Pokemon, actually. what's Dusk Noir even gonna be weak to? It's probably not weak to anything, because Ghost wouldn't be effective because Dark. Water would be our best bet, but we don't want to take out Arc. Well, we have Waterfall now. I guess that'd actually work. That's gonna hurt. Yeah, that's a problem. That did significantly less than I was expecting, but something tells me the Dusk Noir is going to make me eat my words. Never mind, okay, maybe eat my words a little bit. Yeah, Waterfall actually might not be a bad idea against Dusk Noir. That might take it out, actually. Nope, barely not. Well, if not, the Burn's gonna get it. So that's something. So yeah, I really don't have a lot of strong opinions on upcoming games. It's just your little takeaway, just because I think my mental state is so swamped with games I haven't played yet. That's just kind of hard to think about, like, oh yeah, I should pick up this game. It's like, no, stop it. You have too many games. So then I run into a wall of not wanting games, and then just kind of forgetting about releases, which is also a problem in some ways. Oh hey, Helping Hand, that's actually useful in this case. Okay, now it's getting a little dangerous. It's like, please target Arcanine. I thought that was not effective for a moment because I didn't hear the sound, and it's like, oh, did that do that much damage off a non-effective? And it's like, no, I just misheard. Gengar. Actually, you know what? I wonder if Dark would be a good bet. I have no idea. I'm just throwing ideas at the wall here. I do kind of lament the lack of a mystery dungeon. I'm sure this will come up again. But I had the realization recently, and I think I made a post about it on like Blue Sky. But I think part of the reason we haven't gone a new mystery dungeon, a Pokemon mystery dungeon, is because Spike Chunsoft is doing their own mystery dungeon series that's existed for a very long time. The last Shiren the Wanderer was not actually that long ago. And lines up to like the release of like, you know, the last Pokemon Mystery Dungeon being like 4 or 5 years ago. So yeah, it's like, I don't think it's out of the question, but I do think that's why, because they're just doing their own IP, so you cut out licensing costs and stuff like that. So pragmatically, I think it actually makes sense to just do an original IP, and it's almost a shame, actually, that with Pokemon, that like, people don't care about Mystery Dungeon unless it's Pokemon, is almost the feeling I have, and it's like, I like Mystery Dungeon gameplay. I thought we could win. I thought I could win. The future is different. Why? The future refused to change, or actually did change in this case. Surf can't— oh my god, that's the catch. You can't use Surf. It's like, there's so much of this route that would be skippable. It's like, that's the catch. Got it. You're a gambler, probably, and a fighter. Judo Chop Pokemon battle. I'll wheel out some wicked Pokemon with an even wickeder moves. Oh, Veteran, that's worse, actually. What the hell's Fortress? Grass something? Grass Steel? Is that right? I have no idea. There's not much here that's like, I'm just winging it. I don't have good answers for a lot of things. I also say a lot, which I feel like is something I need to actually stop doing as much for obvious reasons. But in general, I also just repeat phrases a lot. Like, in general, there's a lot of things where I start sentences. Ow, I just bumped my table. This setup I have is not ideal, I'm gonna be real. It's a little cramped. It's not awful, it could be way worse, but I definitely bump into things a lot. Is that for both? Okay, just a Hippowdon, I can live with that. I forgot how many Pokemon these two have. It's a stance. Like, Hippowdon is also gonna be. Actually, we have Magical Leaf. We might try that on Hippowdon. I don't know if it'll be effective or not. But I forgot how many Pokemon the other. Okay, so the last two are just this trainer. We'll try Magical Leaf and see if it does anything. And if not, we'll swap to Empoleon. Empoleon will also not be affected by Sandstorm, as it turns out. Learned that in the Elite Four, so that was fun. Fun discovery to make in a very tense situation. That's neutral. Interesting. Well, that's a problem. I don't know which one it's gonna target. That's the scariest part, is I don't know what it's doing. Whatever. Why would you use Extreme Speed? You don't want to go first in this instance. Okay, yeah, that tracks, actually. That's the smart play. Recognize, yeah, it's just straight up almost gone, but the Sandstorm will probably take it out from that level. Yeah, like 4 Fire Emblems to catch up on, a ton of Pokemon stuff to catch up on. Again, Hyrule Warriors, Age of Imprisonment, a lot of indie stuff is piled up. I feel like I have like something on PlayStation. Right, Rebirth, I was just talking about that. Because I do want to play Rebirth at some point, but I have no clue when. The problem is, like, my PlayStation 5 is... PS5s do this, apparently. This is not a new thing, just to me. PS5s generate a lot of heat, and for some reason, in a small enclosed space, this room does not have good ventilation. So, it heats up the room. So I tend to only play PlayStation games in winter. Because otherwise my room gets too hot, and then it just gets miserable and gross, and I start feeling sick. So I literally try to avoid using the PS5 as much in summer. Which means 14 is going to be interesting, because that's where I've been mostly playing well, entirely playing FF14, because of a weird oversight on my part. Rawr, Judo Chop defeated! All I can manage now is to wheeze out a few meek sighs. I screwed up my Square Enix account in a way that means I really can't do anything. Oh, hi. Oh, this is it. There's a stone tablet ahead. I wanted to see the Pokemon that visits it. That's all. I appreciate your escorting me. Just a little. So yeah, she can also show up at the battle hut place in the survival area. Yeah, we have a little optional route here that goes, I think, again, okay, based on the amount of, like, Grace Diaz, goes to Shaman. There's something about you. You're not just anybody. I challenge you. Ace Trainer Ruben sound Nuzleaf. I always forget Nuzleaf's actually the name of a Pokemon, and not just a term for, like, challenge runs. That's Nuzlocke. I always confuse the two. What is happening? Oh wait, that doesn't affect you. You're Ghost type. Or Dark type, actually. No, yeah, you're Dark type. Well, that sucks. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with games. Again, why I want to do Wednesday as a variety slot going forwards in general is I want to give myself an actual outlet to play games that I'm struggling to start in my own time. Pokopia will probably be a first look stream, just to get me to start the damn game. Here's another example of that, and I already forgot what it was going to be. This week might be kind of special though. I think we'll get through the stuff I wanted to show off here, so we might, that might just be it for this playthrough. At the rate we're going, we should be able to cover everything in the next hour. I don't even know if it'll fill a full hour, but we'll see. But Wednesday, if I actually get my act together and stream on Wednesday, it's actually been a bit. And then Friday will be like a part of a series, like a mini-series. I might actually, again, I talked about this before. You're at a different level of expertise for sure. I talked about this a bit before, but I might actually move it up. Because I've been generally uploading in things in stream order, but I might move it up for relevancy, because it's already not going to be relevant for much longer. I've already basically said what it is. I'm gonna have to fight you, and we are like a minute away from ads, so we're just gonna stop here for now. And yeah, when we come back, we'll see the rest of this little route here, and then go explore a couple other little side areas. Hi, I have returned. Aw, thank you for the head pats. Let's not waste any more time. Jump right back to it for our final little segment. Okay, let us explore the rest of this route. Okay, yeah, I thought this was a battle. There's nothing here, and yet there's a power lurking. We're drawn by it as well. Yeah, I've been Pokemon stuff. Psychic Brittany. Drowsy. Oh, I should... What type are you, actually? You're psychic, aren't you? Is this gonna be effective? Okay. I don't know if that'll be enough, though. Barely not. Damn it. This is gonna hurt, potentially. We can't get through this fight quickly, we might be in trouble. We will likely switch over to Luxray. You know, another thing that occurred to me at the very end of this playthrough about why double battles annoy me so much in this game is you can't... Like, the rule set is set to set, which is the most, like, ridiculous way I could have worded that. But what I mean by that is they're set in switch styles, where basically if it's set to switch, you're given the option to switch Pokemon after taking out a trainer's Pokemon. But in double battles, you kind of just have to stick with the Pokemon that you already had out. And that creates a lot of... that kind of messes with how I like to play Pokemon. The power that slumbers within you is rather marvelous indeed. To me, like, not having that just feels like a time waster. Like, it's not awful, but it's just kind of annoying. For some reason, I was drawn here, and it is here that I met you. I want to know what all this means. You are psychic again, damn it. I think this part here is actually optional, from what I'm looking at. This is just to get berries. Mischievous is part dark, I think, so I'm gonna go over here. But yeah, overall, I did enjoy this playthrough a lot. That being said, I'm also ready for it to be done. Oh, that's gross. That's real gross. What the hell is your problem? So I guess I could just swap out Luxray and it'll be fine. Oh my god! This is the worst time to be having this happen. This might just straight up KO is the other problem. I'm being lazy with heals, that's on me. You're almost dead, so I'm gonna swap you out soon. Haunter. I don't know if this is gonna work or not. I'm gonna try it. I don't think this is actually a good idea, though. I have a lot of moments like that where it's like, I don't think this is gonna work. I'm gonna try it anyway, just because, you know, don't have better ideas at the moment. Okay, that's still super effective. Are you just pure ghost? Like, I actually have no idea. I almost feel like Luxray's been a better bet for this route. I see, so that's what it means. Like, Luxray's been countering a lot of the Pokemon in this little stretch. I thought Gardevoir would be a good choice, but yeah, I'm actually second guessing that. Yeah, it looks like this little path here goes to like a little upper area that just goes to berries, so we actually might just say screw that and move on. For the sake of time. Yeah, a little like tree maze area to get up to this little berry ledge. Looks like there's an item you can surf for too, but again, given this is likely the last stream we're doing of the game, I'm not overly concerned about like cleaning out everything. I'm not generally like as picky about RPGs compared to other games in terms of completion, just because these games are a lot. Hi, who are you? I've seen countless trainers and even more Pokemon, so what kind of trainer are you? Good, hopefully. Veteran, Armando, sent out Muck. That's actually good, I think. Cause Psychic should be weak. Also, thank you for the hydration check and also the stretch break. Definitely stretched a little bit earlier, but definitely having issues, so I should be hydrating more. The main issue I'm having right now is allergy stuff, which is not fun. I always have allergy stuff though. Again, it's not unique to right now. Even in non, you know, spring seasons, I still have allergies. It's great. I do not care to learn Hypnosis. Again, that'd be good for catching legendary Pokemon. It's also just kind of annoying though, because you have to constantly be putting it back to sleep. Paralysis is my go-to for catching wild Pokemon, or like legendaries, just because it's like a more permanent, like you cannot cast that aside easily, meaning if you paralyze a Pokemon, it's gonna stay paralyzed to the point that it just makes my life easier. It's not as effective. Sleep does have better odds. It makes sense that ice and sleep, or being frozen and being asleep, are more effective for that, because it has more of a risk attached to it. Lickitung is normal, right? I think you're fairy later on, but I actually don't know for sure. Okay, yeah. Good call on that. But yeah, like, admittedly feeling kind of sick today, physically. During the previous, like, an earlier break, I actually had, like, a massive, like, allergy thing happen that kind of messed up my whole body, essentially. Like, the whole body feels mildly off at the moment. So, yeah, that's fun. I see, simply outstanding. I'm definitely still well enough to keep streaming at least to ride out this final hour. But again, don't be surprised if once again I have to skip Wednesday just because I need to like crash and recover from today. Taking it easy is not my strong suit, unfortunately. It's like relaxing, what's that? Alright, my Pokemon squad, get out there and kick up a storm! Black Belt Carl sent out Tyrogue. That's a good choice. Why do you have a level 55 Tyrogue? That's actually not a good choice. Why haven't you evolved this yet? It's also the question of, are you normal type? I think you're normal type until you evolve. Nope, okay. You are still fighting type, got it. My bad. And now your defense is lowered, so we might be in for a world of hurt if we don't wrap this up soon. Alright, Monley. Air Release will probably be sufficient. With same type attack bonus and 2 times effectiveness, this should be okay. $877, not bad. I didn't read that. Oopsie, I kinda zoned out. Again, I'm not entirely locked in today. What type of trainer are you, actually? You're not a hiker. I don't care who you are, no one interferes with my treasure hunting. You're a treasure hunter. Ruin Maniac, Larry. Oh, I forgot that this was a class in this game, genuinely. I didn't mean to do that, I was button mashing. That's not gonna do much against the flying type part of it. Or I could just be full of shit, and it's super effective anyway. Yeah, I don't know the type chart, apparently, is the takeaway. God, that's not a pleasant cry. That's like an... You can tell which cries are Gen 1. My Pokemon, my treasures! Damn. Bad day. But yeah, this is where that upper path would go, and also the item that you'd have to surf for. I constantly analyze Pokemon in various battles on my laptop. Ace Trainer Jamie. Not to be confused with Jamie Page. I feel like someone had to make that reference. Is this gonna be effective? I can never remember if water's super effective on steel or not. It's not, okay. I need to actually commit that to memory someday. Instead of just assuming and then being wrong. Because that's constantly what I'm doing with this situation. Damn, you're actually pretty high level. I actually did get an Empoleon up to level 100. I still have it. Things don't always work out according to my calculations. Yep. Gotta expect the unexpected sometimes. I think the repel is still good, I would say about my words. My dragon Pokemon chose to become powerful here, they sure like it. That's great. Hayden, send out Altaria. Again, why can I never remember what type Altaria is? It's like the weirdest thing. I can never commit this to memory. Alright. That's a good start. Seadra. Are you still dragon type? Like, I genuinely forget. Wow, I say genuinely a lot. That's another thing I'm noticing about myself. I can't remember if this one's water dragon or not. I think it is. That's not effective, and I'm trying to figure out why it's not effective. Because I feel like it should at least be mildly effective, because it's a dragon type, unless it's just water at this stage, which it might be. That might be the problem. In which case, yeah, we use thunder, like electric typing. Your battle style, so savage. I used like 3 moves in one. I don't know how savage that is. Destiny not. I think that like causes the opponent's Pokemon to faint if they faint your Pokemon or something. I forget exactly how that works. Yeah, Ultra Ball, cool. Neat. So, we survived. Again, we missed a lot of trainers in general, not just in the routes we kind of skimmed over. But again, not as concerned given we're in the post-game anyway. The surface is unmarked, it is polished like a mirror. Again, I'm like pretty sure this is where Shaman's event is. I'm not like, you know, bursting with confidence with that, but I think that's the case. So yeah, we've basically been almost everywhere. There's a couple like straggler locations that we could check out though, that we didn't really dedicate much time to, or didn't see at all for one reason or another. Also, thank you for the hug. I could definitely use the hugs today. I'm not the only one either. See, I just feel bad, because it feels like a lot of people are going through various things right now, and I wish I could just make everyone's problems go away. Just need to get on an elevator into space, where our problems would be a 1/6 of the weight. Again, I've made this reference a few times. This is to a Hasimiku song, 1/6 out of the gravity. Send Off Spring is interesting. I do not promise being able to get through this area, I'm gonna be blunt. Cause this one's confusing. I don't understand how this works. We could just BS our way through and hope for the best. That's probably what I'm going to do. Cause I'm smart. And patient. At like learning telegraphs. We'll see how this goes. Spring Path then leads into this. The reason we didn't go back here the previous time was I forgot I didn't have Rock Climb anymore for some reason. Because Garchomp didn't have it. I should have just taught it Rock Climb. I think it's a normal type move, but it's decently powerful enough that it actually wouldn't have been a bad choice. But again, it's very interesting contrasting these gens, because like I feel Platinum has a significant amount of differences from Diamond and Pearl. That's why I don't actually mind BBSP, just because they are very different games in a lot of ways. I just wish we had the option. Alright. Fun time. Turn back cave. So first of all, again, final use of defog, probably. Oh shoot, Wayward Cave! I never went in over that. Past 3 pillars, offer up to the before 30 is surpassed. Okay, so the way this works is 1-1. So we got a pillar there. We have to just find rooms with pillars. If we can find 3 rooms with pillars before we go through 30 rooms in total, we're golden. We did the thing. Apparently, if you like try to save scum this, they'll like kick you out, basically. Like the next floor will automatically be wrong, essentially, which makes sense. They don't want you to just cheese it. I think it is semi-random. I don't know if there's like a direct path for any of this. But yeah, like we're kind of looping at this point. Yeah, we got 2 pillars very quickly to the point I'm not as concerned about like being able to do this. We have a lot of attempts at this, so it's not the end of the world if we screw up a few times. Screw up a lot of times. God, we're at like 10 rooms now, I'm pretty sure. 3 and 10. Damn, that's not bad. So now what? Okay, so if you screwed up catching Giratina in the... Or well, if you're playing Diamond and Pearl, or if you didn't catch Giratina in the Distortion World, Giratina would be right here. This is that where life sparkles, that where life is faded, a place where 2 worlds overlap. The rare bone, that's very ominous here. But this gives us a little warp. It's a portal leading to the Distortion World. Would you like to leap into the portal and go to the Distortion World? Yuna leapt into the portal. Alright, so we have a remixed version of the Distortion World. In general, this should be a little bit more manageable. I think it's only 1 floor. And a lot more linear from what I remember seeing in a guide. So we just gotta follow this path for a bit. And at the very end, we have the Grisius Orb. Again, you can't get this before the Elite Four, and I wish you could, because this would have actually helped me out quite a bit. Because part of my issue was doing enough damage with Giratina, though this does have the downside of lowering its defense, so we did use it as a tank, so there was still merit to having it like that. A glowing orb to be held by Giratina boosts the power of dragon and ghost type moves. And also, while you're in the Distortion World anyway, but once you give it the Grisius Orb, it'll be in its other form. There's the altered form and the origin form. Do you have to go back manually, or can we escape rope from like this dimension? Like, that doesn't make any sense that this would work. But I'm gonna try it anyway because I'm curious. Yeah, no, okay, they don't let you do that. Is this really nothing? Like, there's no shortcut or anything, we just have to go back manually? Because yeah, this is kind of like where it let out previously, but again, this is like a truncated version for the item. Honestly, we're getting through this faster than I thought. I don't know how much time we'll have left to, like... I mean, we might have too much time. But then again, Wayward Cave is gonna be annoying, so I'm... probably gonna eat my words. We might do that next, just because it's a little bit more confusing, and I also might not fully commit to it, truth be told. I should look up how to actually find this. So now we can escape rope, but also we should just be able to leave normally at this point. That was actually very smooth. I was genuinely amazed we got it as quickly as we did. Again, this is going to be very anticlimactic actually, but we're going to Oiberg. I think it's Wayward Cave. Am I right? Yeah, it should be this. Now, the fun task of, like, finding this place, because it's weirdly well hidden. So... oh shoot, this is wrong. This is the cycling road. We do not want to cycle here, we want to actually walk. But yeah, once we're done with this, we should have at least shown off most of the major areas in the game. We didn't go into the individual battle facilities, but that's not a huge deal to me, because I'm not super into the Battle Frontier anyway. Who up cycling the road? Not me. I don't have great memories of riding bikes, by the way. Just as a fun aside. Well, fun aside, in air quotes. Yeah, I remember trying to learn how to ride a bike and immediately totaling and then not having a good time. So yeah, I don't know if I remember how to ride a bike, actually. Not a fan of it either. Yeah, that's fair. Oh, we don't have Flash. See, I feel like I'm losing my mind. There's another entrance to Wayward Cave. It's well hidden. So before we go in there... there we go. So yeah, we have a little hidden entrance to it. And this feels like such a waste at the end of our journey, but I guess we don't really need good attacking moves to this place anyway, so it's fine. Actually, Gardevoir is not a bad option. Cause like, we're not really using Confusion at all. Again, I don't promise going through this entire area just because it's going to be time consuming. It's also involving a lot of like really wonky bike maneuvering, and I am bad at that, so... again, no promises we'll actually get through all of this, but I do want to show it off a little bit. Yeah, this is basically a test of your biking. If I recall correctly. So slow that like that to get over here. And pick up the pace again. Go across here. There's a bunch of items that you have to like do like specific bike jumps to get. I don't think I'm gonna go that in depth here. Again, I want to show it off a bit, but again, not being as thorough as it could be. I think there is actually an NPC in the other entrance. Then we have to go around town. Which is actually kind of annoying, but it's doable. There should be more bike shenanigans here. Nope, that's actually it. This is Earthquake. I should have gone that way sooner. We would have had a much easier time with, Elite 4, straight up, if I had actually had that this whole time. Genuinely, that would have made my life so much easier. Because, like, Earthquake would have been really good against specific Pokemon that they had. You didn't know that my team was the Girls, the Gays, and Empoleon? Yeah, that just kind of worked out that way. It's very funny. We did have a Garchomp, a male Garchomp. I wanted it to be a female Garchomp, but I didn't you know, beggars can't be choosers. We had such a hard time catching Gabite. But if I got a female Garchomp, I would have named it Blahai, because of course, I thought about naming that anyway. I almost feel like Blahai is more of a trans femme thing than a trans mask thing, but maybe that's just my experiences because I'm trans femme, so I hear more about that side of things. Again, don't want to make an incorrect assumption on that, but just, you know, anecdotally, I feel like that's been my general experience. I'm gonna move this up so we don't have to scroll down every time. Yeah, Wayward Cave, the normal exit rather than the hidden exit, is pretty straightforward. We have a few trainers. I think there's actually a special NPC here. I think she might have like a Chansey too, so that's not bad. If we want to do that, we might be here for a bit. Hey, guess who doesn't remember anything about navigating this place? Can I find a map, please? Like, please? Oh, look, an escape rope to replace the one I used earlier, I guess. That's fine. Again, it feels like I'm just going in a circle at this point. I could have sworn there was another, like, helper trainer to meet here. Is it because I'm so late? I don't remember, because there was, like, clearly a double battle here. But I genuinely don't remember. Just quickly checking a guide to see if I'm totally misremembering. Northeastern corner of the main cavern on 1F. Encounter a small girl named Mira. Define northeast, because I don't see anything like that. Again, I'm just trying to find a map. Because I don't know where Mira would be is the problem. Alright, wow, this is a tiny map. Oh, you're probably all the way up right there, aren't you? Oh, I do have to go that way, don't I? Okay. I think I see where I am now. I'm gonna go around. See if this takes us where I want to be. Looked like there was like a path over there. Nope, that's a wall. Oh my god. Wait, this is the entrance. Oh shoot. Oh god. Oh no. Fear. Okay, so if I'm trying to get up there, I want to go like this. And let's go up here and then around. Because I just need to do that double battle then. Again, I thought I'd have to do that after, but maybe not. And this little bend here. Rock smash you. Yeah, no, this is gonna take the rest of the stream probably. That's fine. Down we go. And up and around, okay. And then we have to retrace all of our way back. Again, I'm glad I'm using a guide, because I'd be very lost otherwise. Assuming we can still do this, I hope we can still do this. It's at Northeast, so I'm gonna trust the guide on this. Hi. I'm Mira. I was catching Pokemon, then I got lost. I'm so scared. Please take me to the exit. Yuna decided to go with Mira. I'll keep your Pokemon healthy all the time. I can't wait for her to grow up and be a member of Huntrix. She's even got the right hair color for that. And yeah, you have a lot of double battles in here, but like, let's be real, I'm over-leveled, so I'm not gonna end up fighting much, probably. I'm probably just gonna speed to the exit and ignore the trainers. Unless I just want to show off what Pokemon she has. In which case, time to get horribly lost, trying to find where those, like, trainers were. This is a terrible idea. Oh hi, this works. Look, a trainer lost in Wayward Cave. Wandering around, I got hungry, so I ate some wild mushrooms. They gave me gas, and now I can't stop burping. Dwarf. Oh, charming. Okay, I see where I am now. Reginald and Lorenzo, these are gonna be low level, aren't they? Yeah, level 20. Oh, you have Kadabra. Why did I think you had a Chansey? I swear there is one that has a Chansey to see them? I feel like I'm having a Mandela effect somehow. Just double checking. Mira in Wayward Cave, Cheryl in Eternal Forest, Riley in Iron Island, and Marley. Okay. So yeah, we did see all four. Cool. Again, I could have sworn there was one with a Chansey. I don't know where I'm getting that from. Like, actually, I have no idea. But hey, piece of cake. Straight from the battle plan. Ugh, perk. I think I'm getting better. Okay, so now we have the fun task of how the hell do we get out of here? Because I literally went out of my way to find a trainer to fight. So now I'm horrifically lost. Please be the exit. There we go. Oh, there's the exit. I want to get tougher so I won't be such a scaredy cat. Yuna, bye-bye, thank you. Hell yeah. She's been stuck in this cave for months, given how long this playthrough has taken. I'm just trying to think of anything else. We went to the old chateau, obviously. We went through I think we went through every route. At one point or another. We went to the Power Park, we went to the little offshoot route. So, I think all that's left, believe it or not, is Fuego Ironworks. I wish we could do the refight with Barry. I think that would be a really good way to cap off this playthrough, but apparently you can only rematch Barry on weekends. So, unfortunately, no Barry for us. I mean, we could fight Crash Awakened Gardenia, apparently, but I don't feel like that would be as spiritually fulfilling as a wrap-up to this playthrough. Now the stream here sits until Saturday. I don't even stream on Saturdays normally. I'm a weekday girly, and even then Friday. At best, if I actually can work up the will to do a Friday stream, which is not always a guarantee. We did go here briefly a couple streams ago, and then we're like, oh, there's too much stuff to do here to cram into this little segment at the end. So let's actually go here this time. I never got those berries, or they grew back. Fuego Ironworks, home to Molten Foundries. Neat. Gardenia is pretty, I agree. Anyway, how do you feel about tile puzzles? I'm not a big fan of these. It feels like every Pokemon game has to have 2D Pokemon game has to have like a tile puzzle set and a warp puzzle set. I'm not a fan of either. I work in the Fiery Foundry, you bet I'm hot and sweaty. Thank you for sharing. This is Wendy's? You hear that girl named Yuna is very pretty? Yeah, you should play Final Fantasy X. You should listen to Itzy. I'm being obtuse on purpose. Oh, that's the other thing I meant to mention, that like Idol canceled all of their North American tour dates. Wait, no, I already talked about this. My memory is so shot today. Oh my god. I'm like so out of it, apparently. Because I'm pretty sure I did mention that at one point. That's not effective, is it? No, that's effective. It at least makes potential plans less complicated, yeah, and they are planning to reschedule the tour. There was just some issue. It burned out. God, that's a mood, actually. Also worth mentioning, after Stark Mountain, Cynthia should be tougher, if I'm not mistaken. I actually don't know if we need repels here, but I don't want to go with a ton of random encounters. Cynthia does have a stronger team. Again, you can also do all the rematches, so there are definitely ways to level up, and obviously there's like contests and IVs and all this shit that I'm too casual to know the inner workings of, I'm gonna be real. But yeah, I never really got into the comp side of Pokemon. It's just not in my nature. Wow, it's not often we get a visitor like you to the Ironworks. Let's mark the occasion with a battle. Idol is doing a comeback in July. Every time they release an album in K-pop industry, they call it a comeback, and I don't know why. It feels so excessive at a point. Like, oh my god, they're doing a comeback. It's like, girl, it's been 2 months. I'm excited. I don't know what to expect. Let's see, what else? I'm just trying to think of anything else going on for me that I'm excited about. My favorite band, a Japanese band named Scandal, is, I think, putting out an album next month, which I'm excited about. They always do really tiny song lists, so that's the one thing I dislike. And that's partly just because they're very, like, in charge of their own... They have a lot of agency, which is both a good thing and a bad thing, in that they just sort of just really tune a lot, like a small number of songs, instead of having like a traditional like 15 songs, like 12 to 15 songs. Fire! And once more, only because I feel like it. Fire! That's great, buddy. Is there anything over there? I can't tell if there's anything over there. That might be a shortcut, so we'll go there later, I guess. Oh shoot, I should have gone down first. Probably, at least. Again, if we don't clean out this entire warehouse, like, or place, I'll be fine. I'm not gonna be hard-pressed to do everything overly thoroughly, but... we'll explore. We got time. We got 20 minutes. Again, I got through everything faster because I skipped a lot of trainers, if I'm being blunt. Which in retrospect, I didn't actually need to skip as many trainers as I did, but definitely, if I had fought everyone, we would have run out of time. So I am actually glad I elected to skip over some of the trainers in order to actually show more areas off. Because I think that's more important, personally. You have this gross-ass tile puzzle here. I'm, like, so confused by what I'm looking at here. I think it's this way. That one takes you to a trainer battle by the looks of it. Is that what we wanted, or were we just back here? What the hell? I'm so lost. Actually, I have an idea. Nope, that's not actually going to work. I don't think, because it's gonna shoot us out back here at the entrance. How the hell do we get in there? Welcome to the rest of the stream. Yuna fights tile puzzles. I mean, I kind of expected this if I actually locked into the Ironworks, because I'm bad at this. You routinely forget to type charts so you'd be asked a competitive same. Like, how much of this playthrough is me screwing up because I genuinely didn't remember what was weak to what? It'd be really pathetic if I tried doing comp. Like, I haven't even downloaded champions. Like, that's how, like, not about that life I am. You got this, babe. Aw, thank you. Oh shoot, that arrow at the bottom right. That's what we need. But how the hell do we get there? The other thing with K-pop is another group I like actually did a comeback, but I actually don't vibe with the song. The group is Kepler, which was actually a group made up from a contest. They basically had 33 members representing Japan, Korea, and China, and then did a competition to thin it out to 9 members for this group. Part of the reason I've actually lost interest in this group is just because 2 of my favorite members have left. So that's just kind of like squashed my enthusiasm for this group slightly. It's like, you know, I hope they're still doing stuff for a long time. I hope they're successful, but again, that's just dulled my enthusiasm for this group a little bit. I like how I'm talking about K-pop because, like, even without the redeem, I'm just talking about K-pop anyway, because it's just how I roll. Are you maybe getting annoyed by where the floor panels take you? Absolutely. Thank you for saying something. Worker Conrad sent out Magmar. Well, you're double toast then. But like my problem with K-pop is there's so many groups now that I can't keep track of them all. To the point that I just kind of hone in on a few. I also just tune out male K-pop groups. Again, maybe I'm just too gay for this. I'm going down in flames. Damn. That's dramatic. Oh my god, we made it. Hi. Well, hello, it's not often I get a visitor here. I tried to make the Ironworks run better with the moving floor tiles, but no one was happy about it. They said the moving floor made them dizzy. But you don't want to listen to me whine. Here's a souvenir. It's our piece. My Ironworks makes iron by removing impurities from iron ore. In the process, we find a variety of colored shards. If you'd like, we can trade star pieces for these shards. There you are, red, blue, yellow, and green. Shards in different colors. My Ironworks would be nothing if there were no iron. That's why I'm always thankful for nature supplying me with iron. Do you have any star pieces? You can trade them for various shards. Oh, I guess I just did that. Flamethrower also would have been nice way sooner. Damn it, I should have actually explored instead of just rushing progression. Who could have seen this coming? Probably everyone. That actually didn't take as long as I thought it would. We still have 15 minutes of the stream. So yeah, I could have dawdled more. So now we just have the fun task of like, what do we do now? And I have an idea of something I at least want to attempt to show it off. We have to play another fun round of can we find the damn legendary? Oh, did it just turn to night? Oh, I am streaming a little bit late. I started late, so it is actually getting dark. It's not actually nighttime though, until 8 PM. Which is why Rotom doesn't show up until after 8 PM. Which sucks, because, again, for the sake of the stream, it made it very hard to get Rotom. But that takes care of that. Repel wore off, that's actually very good timing, with what I want to do next. Alright, so which number is this? Also, we got a lot of Pokechaps that I never shut off. That's the order of obtained Pokemon. Interesting, it counts Garchomp separately. Despite being an evolve. Analog. Marking map. Okay, so now we have 2 of these. It's like if it wasn't bad enough as is, now it's actually worse. Because now we have 2 of these assholes to try to track down. So yeah, there's no good way to catch these. I just find these consistently annoying to try to deal with. Especially if you're trying to like catch one in particular for some reason, not the other. Like, you can't tell which one it is going to be. So yeah, it's not my favorite thing in the world trying to catch a roaming legendary. HGSS, I think, is the worst game for this. Because that game just has an insane amount of roaming legendaries. Like, it's absurd how many roaming Pokemon there are. So I'm pretty sure the legendary dogs show up at one point. And I wanna say you can get Moltres and Articuno as well. So like, it can just be a nightmare scenario trying to catch, like, anything. Heart Gold Soul Silver is like one of the most complete Pokemon games, which is probably why it's considered one of the best. It literally has like every Pokemon, like almost every legendary at that point available in some capacity. You have regular battle music. I'm glad they did this, because I actually didn't remember that. So yeah, Cresselia doesn't get special music. That's really weird. Again, just wanted to show Cresselia in battle at least once. We're gonna chuck a ball at it. It's probably not going to work, because I know my luck. Yeah, there we go. You know, it's too good to be true. And it runs. So yeah, this is another one that runs. So, fun. Totally doesn't make me want to pull my hair out. So like, hypothetically, as an actual strat, if you did want to catch it, you'd want to gradually weaken it, basically. Can you imagine though? That would have been insane to catch Cresselia literally first throw without doing anything else. That would have been kinda crazy. But the one benefit of trying to catch these, the one thing to make it a little bit easier, is some... Wow, they were both on the same route for a bit. That's wild. You know what I actually should do instead of just going back and forth like this? I should check if there are any new Poké Chaps. That's this building. Cause like, I have not checked in a hot minute. Link Searcher. That's really good if you need to find a link. The Link Searcher app determines the availability of wireless hotspots. I think it will be useful to know how many people are communicating, like in the Union Room. Fascinating. Move Tester, that's actually not bad. The Move Tester app is used to check how moves match up. Check type matchups so you can make all your attacks super effective. You'll become stronger than ever. So yep, what to do? Do you think I should solicit new Poketch ideas? Okay, so they're out. Oak also mentioned being in Eterna, and I'm like, can we actually see Oak in Eterna? I actually don't know, but I'm curious now. It's like you piqued my curiosity by giving me the slightest hint of something being here. And if so, where the hell would he be in Eterna? Would he be by the statue? Nope. Okay. Again, if anyone actually has an answer to this, you can just tell me. Because otherwise, I will be here all day. I swear there was an empty house somewhere in Eterna. It's also been so long since we've been here that I don't really remember. That's a condominium. He probably wouldn't be in there, huh? There you are. Ah, it's you. Good to see you. How's your Pokédex coming along? Capturing every kind of Pokemon is no easy feat, I'll grant you that, but I'm sure you can accomplish it. Ah, yes. An acquaintance from Kanto has sent me something quite interesting. I think you'd make better use of it than I ever could. The upgrade. Cool. We have so many of these. I understand there's a Pokemon that evolves when it is traded while holding that upgrade. Incidentally, and this is an entirely different topic, I've heard that there have been sightings of a very rare Pokemon, the legendary bird Pokemon Articuno, Zapdos, and Moltres. They've been spotted at various locations here in Sinnoh, no less. Why, you may be lucky enough to see them yourself in your journeys. Okay, so I was confusing it. The bird trio are in this game, the dog trio- oops, bumped the mic. The dog trio are in HGSS. So you know what this means? Hey, what if we just make the map even worse? What if we now have 5 roaming legendary Pokemon? No thank you. That sounds miserable. That sounds actively miserable trying to catch this many roaming legendaries. Like, not even kidding. Actively annoying. and stressful in ways that I don't want to deal with. So again, the legendaries we didn't catch obviously are Dialga and Palkia. Again, what would happen is if you went back to Spirit Pillar, you could find portals that would take you to each of the respective box art legendaries. You can fight them and catch them. They're level 70, so they would actually kind of curb stomp a lot of our team if we weren't careful. That's part of the reason I didn't go after them, and also just the ordeal of climbing all the way back up through Spirit Pillar. Heatran, because it's also really high level, has a decently high catch rate, and I'd have to go through all of Stark Mountain again. It's stationary though, so at least it's got that as a benefit over this map we're currently looking at, where all the roaming legendaries are just all over the place. There's Cresselia, obviously. Again, all the Cresselia, the Bird Trio, Mesprit, event Pokemon, so Arceus, Shaman, and wow, I'm completely blanking on the name. Darkrai. Why did I forget Darkrai? And yeah, so those are the main Pokemon we didn't see. We basically explored every area. We didn't comb every area. There were definitely like Pokeball, like little items we missed. We missed fighting a few trainers here and there. So we didn't do as thorough. That is not what I was expecting. We didn't do as thorough of a sweep of certain areas, especially in this stream where I kind of glossed over a lot of the Victory Road alternate route, just to speed up getting through it, because otherwise we'd probably be there for a long ass time. Oh, these are level 60. I'm glad I checked this, because I didn't actually remember this period, so I didn't know what level these would be. I'm gonna do something dumb. Will this kill it? I actually don't know if this is gonna kill it or not, so I'm gonna crunch. Never mind, it's faster than me, so it just ran. Okay. Other than that, obviously the post-game, the stuff that we really didn't dedicate much time to in this playthrough is the Underground, which is more for multiplayer contests, which to be fair are also kind of multiplayer focused. Though we did go over all that, we just didn't like dive deep into it. We also have bonus encounters in the field now that you have the National Dex. I don't think Cascoon is normally here. So for example, if you have the GBA Pokemon games and a console that supports it, you can plug in those games while running it, like a DS or a DS Lite. Not a DSi, that doesn't have a GBA port. You can plug it in and then get special encounters. Again, like I said before, if you go to the route between Veilstone and Pastoria and have Emerald inserted, you can catch a Vulpix. If I had thought that through, I would have ended the playthrough by trying to catch a Vulpix, but it's also like a 5% chance, so it probably wasn't going to happen anyway. And yeah, Battle Frontier is the big thing that I just did not do any of, because I'm not super into it. I'm not into the battling side of Pokemon. I like the adventure of it. Okay. Okay, this is Mesprit this time. That's fine. Again, hypothetically, Mean Luck would be great to be able to keep it from running. And then obviously, like, Paralysis Sleep and Quick Balls. That's kind of just your best bet otherwise. You'd have to weaken it one fight at a time. Like, this is why I hate roaming legendaries, because you have to encounter it, weaken it, and find it again. So, if I was smart... Oh, I thought that was one of the other... I thought that was like gonna be Cresselia or something. If I was smart, like what I would recommend is to... not spawn them all in at the same time, like do one at a time, you know, get Mesprit, and then when you get Mesprit, then go and, you know, trigger the Cresselia event and catch Cresselia, and then trigger the Legendary Bird event, and then go for those. Don't do all of them at the same time. That is a recipe for driving yourself insane, trying to find the specific one that you're looking for. IMO. So yeah, that's where we're at. This is our final team. Again, we did use a Garchomp briefly. Gonna heal up. And with that, we are going to end this adventure where we started, playing our Nintendo Wii. Yeah, we're gonna stop this here. Again, that was a pretty thorough look at the game. Again, could have gone deeper, obviously. But then that's just getting into really granular stuff that I think I drive myself mad over. But overall, I did have a lot of fun going through Platinum again. I am glad I did Platinum instead of BDSP as much as I did enjoy my time with that still. Just, I do feel like this is the more complete experience. And yeah, this is the game that got me really hyper-fixated onto Pokemon. That would continue, and we'll probably see that again more so in Fox Girls Favorites in the very near future, because this was the big hyper-fixation time. And again, I could have done even more Pokemon games, but I kind of limited myself to just like one other Pokemon game that really resonated with me. But we'll be taking a break from this franchise because there's a couple games in another set of franchises. Oh, well, that's not a good way to put it. There are a couple other games in different franchises that I also want to go over that mean a lot to me. So that'll be our next stop in this little journey. Alrighty, that was good. I'm glad we got through this in one stream. I was really... going into this, I was scared that we wouldn't be able to do this in one stream. So I'm really happy that this was just one concise stream. We didn't have to worry about, like, trying to, like, fit in a small segment of this into another stream and do all that. So yeah, genuinely... happy. So, schedule for the week. If all goes well, Wednesday will be Guilty Gear X Plus and X2 at minimum. I would love to get through the Accent Core stuff, but that might take too long. We'll see. I also might not do X Advanced this time, just because that was kind of just a gimmicky thing, because it's a goofy version of the game and I like Dizzy. But I might skip X Advance for the sake of setup and just time. Friday is going to hopefully be the rest of this little Guilty Gear look. Maybe finish Accent Core if I don't do that all on Wednesday. And if not, otherwise I'll just do Xrd, Rev 2, because Jam is not in Sign. And then finish it up with Strive, assuming I actually, you know, buy the DLC, which I've not actually done yet. But yeah, basically a Jam retrospective, similar to the Dizzy one, because Dizzy's my favorite Guilty Gear character now. Jam was my main when I first played the game, so these are like the two Guilty Gear characters that do mean a lot to me. Jam's story is very complicated, so I'm not sure how this is gonna go, but I want to go through all the story modes. Especially the Japanese only one, but it's going to be very difficult to deal with again, because I had a hell of a time manually subtitling like captioning everything when I did the Dizzy retrospective. So that'll be fun. That's a problem for future me. And again, hypothetically, again, this will be shifted up on YouTube, so these will come out relatively quick after the streams, just because everyone's talking about Strive right now, and it's the relevant time period. And then Monday, if we get through all the Guilty Gear stuff I want to do by Friday's stream, what I would like to do is start the next Fox Girls Favorites. I don't know what it is though, because I'm waffling between two games, because I genuinely don't remember which I played first. I don't know if I played Wind Waker or Smash Bros. Brawl first. I want to say I played Brawl first, actually. So we might start Brawl next week. It's also a smaller project, which will be a nice little wind down after this big-ass RPG. And Wind Waker might be a little bit more work, especially if I decide to do it as 100% instead of a 3-heart run. But again, I might run a poll sometime during the Brawl playthrough. I might run a poll to decide if you want to see me do a 3-heart run or just collect everything. Again, feedback is appreciated on this. And yeah, and then next... Well, I guess I don't need to talk about that, because that's like I'll talk about that closer, like on Wednesday if I stream then. But again, this is assuming I actually stream on Wednesday, because I've been really bad at keeping up that part of the schedule. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Again, unfortunately an ad break at the moment, but hi. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed the stream, you can follow for notifications when I go live in the future. I have a YouTube channel for like episodic cut down versions of streams, uploaded 3 times a week. I have a VOD channel, it's an archive. Oh, Serena's so cute. I have a Blue Sky for posting updates when I go live and other things. I've got to do the stupid Blue Sky toggle thing because I was already running late. You have to like manually set it by like 5-minute intervals, and it's like, God, I wish Blue Sky was like actually coded properly and not just constantly vibe coded, because everything just feels like it's on the verge of breaking constantly. But that's a separate rant. I have a Ko-Fi, it's tip jar. I've actually thought about redoing how I actually do the tip jar. Part of me thought about making like a monthly goal, like set like to like 1 or 200, and then just run a goal monthly. I don't know if I actually want to do that though. We'll see. Or if I might just leave this general goal. You can also subscribe to not have ads, which is ironic given I'm saying this during an ad break. And I also have a Throne for sending me gifts. I actually recommend not using Throne, given that the additional charge for shipping is very high. So I actually kind of discourage using Throne, ironically. In case of like people who are most likely to send me things, which right now is Serena, yeah, in this case, just if you want to send me something that bad, you should just do it directly. Not to call out Serena specifically, of course, but just like, you know, it's like, if you know my address, which a tiny handful of people do, it's like, yeah, no, don't use Throne. That's just a waste of like 10 bucks for the shipping charge. With all that being said, I am pooped out. I am tired. I'm physically not doing good, so I'm just gonna call it here, because I need to like end like now and wind down. So yeah, thank you all for watching. This was a lot of fun. Definitely had fun with this one. Would be down to play more Pokemon in the future. The main one I'm considering is Emerald, because that's another one that means a lot to me. But if that happens, that'll be in the bonus Fox Girls favorites, which is tied to the current donation goal. And I'm planning to do a dedicated like donathon at some point to try to hit that goal. It'll probably be around my birthday, so in about 4 months. Almost exactly 4 months. I still need to figure out what the hell I'm doing for that. And then from then on, yeah, I might work on like getting emotes commissioned and like new assets and stuff for the channel. Stuff like that, because a lot of the like banners and stuff I just made myself. Part of me would almost be interested in getting like a professional layout done, but the problem is I have so many different layouts. DS, 4x3, 16x9. It'd actually be a lot of work getting different layouts for everything. But I'm just rambling now. Again, I am wiped out. I don't think we're gonna do a raid just because I am not feeling good. And I think I need to end sooner rather than later. But yeah, thank you all for watching. Again, next stream will be Wednesday. Hopefully we'll be starting a jam retrospective for Guilty Gear Strive. Again, meant to do that before she came out, but one, the release date was so late that I was like, well, can't really do all this in a week, and two, I've just missed a lot of Wednesdays. So, also prep work too. I almost threw Guilty Gear Petite in, but then given that we're already a week, no, like 2 weeks late to Jam being released, it's like, okay, yeah, no, I should just not mess around with all the like superfluous stuff there. But yeah, I'm rambling now. Good night, everyone. Hope everyone has a good rest of their evening and a good start to the week. Yeah, good night, everyone. Take care.